Oh, all right, all right, all right. Got a space coming up in 15 minutes for a new. It's for Cardano music NFTs. Heard some people talking about Cardano music NFT splits and royalties, and I got a little confused about how royalties work with Cardano and splits. So I asked a couple people if they'd be willing to get in a space and talk about it. They were agreeable, so I'm excited to be hosting, I guess, my first Twitter space that's focused on one of my interests. It's called RAMBLE. It's for I had an account that I created called Hip Hop NFT Community. I renamed that today to Web3 Music Minds. I figure anytime I want to bring together a group of people in Web3 who are focused on music to talk about developments and ideas and strategies about Web3 music, what better way to do that than to create an account for that? So I renamed that account to Web3 Music Minds. This space is hashtag Web3 Music Minds. I'll probably have the Web3 Music Minds account join. And let's see, I guess I need to have that account on my computer set up and ready to go. I'm going to get that account to join. Also want to have the GRYSKLL account join since I'm looking to get GRYSKLL more heavily integrated into Web3. So you gotta give them some exposure to the name, get people familiar with the name, so that when it's time for us to really step into the space and do some things, it'll, we'll already have some real estate in there. We'll already have some connections and some familiarity, so it won't be like we have to start building from scratch, because I had to start building from scratch in a lot of ways. Ooh, Hip Hop Web3 is a different account. Okay, let me see if I have access to that. As far as Instagram is concerned, y'all will hear the Twitter space on my phone when it starts. As far as everybody that's watching all the other platforms, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and I think that's all of them. Yeah, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. As far as you guys, you'll also hear it coming through my phone here, but I'm gonna see if I can set up something so that you can hear it more clearly than what you will through my phone. Just bear with me. I'm trying to get the account stuff all taken care of first. Shoot. Sign in again. I remember the password for this account. So many accounts. All right, sign in with Google. I think I created this account from, yes, okay. Got the text, perfect. 92313. Boom, boom, boom. Good, perfect. All right, so we got this account in. Let's see if we can rename the Google account. Web3 Music Minds. Is that how it's? Web and 3 are not separated, but they probably should be. Boom. That part's done. Nope, it didn't save that, did it? Boom, 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 boom. All right, 250. I'll be opening up the space in just a minute here. And manage your Google account. Personal info. Name. Web3 music lines. Boom. And go back out here. Can I change anything else on here? Probably change the recovery email for that. Worry about that later. Let's just get in here and make sure we're ready to do what we got to do. Following. Let's see, where's Dragon's Pitchfork? Following GRYSKLL, Dragon's Pitchfork. There we go. So you can join the space. Make sure all the mics are muted so we don't get the audio running through here. Yes. So this account will join, and so will the GRYSKLL account. GRYSKLL is already following Dragon's Pitchfork. Page already open. Cool. Let's get you both on the same monitor. And let's see, is that everything now? Is everything all set up? Yeah. This account, I don't think really matters. Possibly. Are we signed in? I don't know. I need to sign in. Log in. Sign in with Google. Not now. Okay. Yes, that's fine. Gotta update the descriptions on these. Wow, setting up a lot of stuff here, I see. Boom. This one. Where are you? That's not that account. Let's go to profile. No, it's not going to be the case there. Profile. Boom, that works. Okay, website is right there. Website for this one needs to be me. Boom. Okay. All accounts are set up now. You, I'm not going to worry about right now. Let's close you. We can come back to you. OBS, we're set there. I probably should have been playing some music while I go, but I think it's about time to get the space started. It's 2:55. I want to start 5 minutes ahead of time, so let's go. Poopy pop. Can't get the music to play right now. Oh well. All right, so Twitter Space is starting. Web3 Music Lines, Royal Ramble, blah, blah, blah. You guys, see if I can get the camera to focus. If I do that, the camera's not going to focus back, is it? Let us see. Boom, 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 boom. Waiting for a response from the camera. Now, autofocus. And autofocus is not working. All right, whatever. Let's see, Miguel's on there. Let's get the accounts all joined to the space. Let's make sure the mic is muted here. All right, computer's muted. We are live here. And Miguel's on. Let's make sure we send the space out. Send a little update out to everybody. Let them know the space has started. Let's see, I need to DM this to a few people. I think that's everybody. All right, we got one of the co-hosts popping up here. Just gotta check in with a couple others. Peace, peace, peace. What's up, Miguel? How you doing, bro? Andrew, how you doing? Chad, how you doing? Long time no see. Long time no speak. You're welcome to come up as a speaker if you'd like. It's a community conversation here. And Disguise, that's a dope name. That's a real dope name. I'm about to add you. I see you're with the listening room, so let's get you up here too. I'm sure you got something to add to the conversation.
Yeah, sure. He's one of the co-founders. He's the homie.
Oh, that's dope. Okay, beautiful. How you doing today, man?
Dude, I'm great, man. Woke up a little bit earlier, ran some errands, got what I needed to get done early, and I've been looking at this space for like the past few days, man.
Beautiful. I've been looking forward to this too, man. I got the tail end of your space the other day, and that was dope, man. I mean, I'm mad that I missed so much of it. I was in the middle of it was a live stream I was doing that same day, so I couldn't sit there and enjoy it with you. But you guys were, I mean, dropping gems and jewels the whole time I was on there, man. I was so upset by how much I missed.
No, I appreciate it, man. That, for real, that's just how excited I was. I was like, shit, man. I was like, I need to throw up a space right now. I was like, I need to talk music right now and just get those juices flowing.
That's dope, man. Well, you I'm looking forward to getting into the conversation here, obviously. But my thing when it comes to Web3 is making sure that the humanity stays at the forefront. So I'll take a minute to get to know a little bit about you as well as we get started here. I want to give a couple of minutes to, forward the room around a little bit and give everybody a chance to make some connections with their people real quick, and then we can get in if you don't mind. You cool with that?
Absolutely, yeah, man. I'm gonna make some Discord announcements. I'm gonna send some DMs out and some tweets. So yeah, I'm gonna be mic muted for a few minutes.
Absolutely, no problem. What's up, Mizzo? I see you, bro. I'm about to bring you up. I don't know if you knew it, but you were on my list of people that was gonna get slapped with the co-host invite. Boop. All right, it's in
What
you.
up, Dragon? Thanks for bringing me up. And Andrew was the one who was like, "Yo, hop into space." So obviously, Andrew's the fucking guy right here.
I see.
Excited, man.
Well, good to meet you, man. What's your name, bro? I know you go by Disguise. Is that what you'd rather be referred to as?
Yeah. For the most part, it's easier because
Yeah.
I'm just like such a basic, not like a basic like regular person name that like everyone else has the name. So you're like,
Yeah.
I'll keep with Disguise, right? It's easier.
I feel that. That's dope. It's a dope name, though, man. I love the way that you spelled it and all that. Creativity, always on 10. What's up, Mizzo? Peace.
Yo, what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. How you doing, bro?
Chilling, man. Went and got my license back.
Hey,
Good today.
that's a win, Joe. Congratulations, bro.
Yes.
That's dope.
Bro,
You excited?
that's it.
Yeah, I feel good. I could just...
Hey,
I
man.
won't even lie, man. I was driving when I shouldn't have for a minute.
I know the
I
feeling.
had to do.
I know how it goes, man. Shit, I mean, now you can drive to Maryland, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yo, nice.
Well, that's dope, man. I'm glad everything is worked out well for you, man. Glad you can make it in the space, especially, man. I always love having you co-host with things, man. You like my psionic twin almost. It's like whatever I'm thinking, you seem to be speaking already, and vice versa.
Yo, I swear, vice versa. Even the post you put yesterday, I was like, yo, this guy's like, I don't even need to post sometimes.
Word, same.
No, when I heard about the space, it's dope because I want to learn more about music on Cardano. Yeah, I'm digging it as much as I can. You know what I mean? But I've been minting on like Polygon and ETH for the past 2 years. I'm brand new here, having this experience with you. So
Yeah.
it's nice to get to build here and learn more.
Absolutely, and I owe you. Everybody should always know that I owe you a vote of thanks for introducing me to the Cardano community. This is definitely the type of community for somebody like me, and you, obviously. It's for the social impact people, the people who are here for people and to help people.
100%.
So
Yeah, but you don't owe me anything, brother, but I know what you mean. I appreciate it. I know exactly what you mean. But it's like, yo, this is, you know what I mean? When you find fresh water,
yeah,
yo, you got to tell your people where it's at.
absolutely, man. Well, that I appreciate very much. Everybody's sharing the room right now and kind of getting a little buzz going. I'm going to do the same with a couple accounts. I'm going to go on mute for just a sec while I get these last couple retweets out and DMs out.
Yeah, same. I'm going to go do that right now. If that's cool, I'll wait for you, if anything.
Cool. Peace.
So we got a listening room here. Boom. We got Miguel in the house. GRYSKLL. Chad, what up? Chad Richardson. If you want to come up and speak, you can. You know what I mean?
Was that Mizo or Mizo? How you doing, bro?
Yo, I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. Nice to hop back into spaces. Like, I've been like trying to take weekends off because like I'm in spaces like every day during the week, and it's like nice though because then like I'm ready to get back in. But like I'm not so addicted to it. But like fortunate enough, I'm able to listen to it while I work and do shit. Like, but it's just like I'm glad to be able to start this off on a music space at the beginning of the week. So glad to be here, bros. Good to talk to y'all.
Yo, for real. I feel that way too, man. I'll go hard in the spaces and then boom, I'll have to take a break. I always go in like I'm bipolar, you know, so I live my life like that sometimes too. I go all in, but then the thing is, I'm at a different age and a different point of understanding in my life. So usually I can sense when I need to take a break. So I go all in, then I take a little break, and I come back. That's how I do it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to do that, man. Like, and I've realized that, like, I feel so much better, even just like 2 days off. Like, and I want to, like, I'll sometimes be like, oh, I'll hop into this. I'm like, no, don't do it. Just take Saturday, Sunday. Just don't even fuck with it. Like, Monday through Friday, I'm here. Let's go. So.
Facts. Yeah. Weekends is family time for me. We do our Color the Blockchain thing Saturday morning, and then it's just family time. Just chill out. You know what I mean?
Feel that, dude. It's good to reserve those times when you've got that to take care of and put time into the things you care about, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm on that kind of time now too, man. Sundays, I'm trying to shut down everything on Sundays, and probably more and more coming up. Trying to work my way into shutting down Saturdays too, but you know I got a few things going on Saturdays right now.
Yeah. See, Saturdays are good with me because like we're doing Color the Blockchain. Even though none of this feels like work,
Yeah,
it's just Color the Blockchain is just like fulfills my heart so much that
Yeah.
I'm good. You know, like the rest of the weekend is nice. That's a great way to start off the weekend.
yeah, exactly. Same. I mean, Color the Blockchain is my big thing, and then mental maintenance, that space, the safe space here that we host on Twitter on Saturdays at 4 p.m. for NFT Voices. That's the other big deal for me on Saturdays, and then I'm shut down for the most part. But yeah, I need to find some time to just really fully unplug right now, just to make sure that I keep my mind right and I keep maintaining this level of energy and passion and commitment. So
Right.
definitely get it.
Right.
We need they need to make a customizable TV guide for Twitter Spaces, so I can go through and pick all the ones I like, and then just let me know when a new one's scheduled. I don't need to go set a reminder; it sets it for me, and then it's like I have like a guide for the whole week, and so that way, you know, because then when people say things like that, I'm like, oh yes, I want to be in that. But and like, yeah, I can go if you have a reminder, I'll go set it now. But like if you don't, and then I forget, so like I need something that's just like these are the ones I like. Notify me when these all the time. Thank you.
That's a dope idea. You know, there was a website I stumbled across last year. I think it was called Twitter Spaces or something like that.com, and they had like a rankings for spaces and a whole bunch of stuff like that. I don't remember what else they had on there. I wonder if they have something similar to that on there, especially if they have an option where you can just click on it and say add to calendar right from seeing the space on there or something like that. That'd be real dope. Yeah, I want to shout out Chad Richardson, though, Chad of all trades. His brother's the last person to buy one of my Pitchfork pieces NFTs, man. I really appreciate him. The day we met, we had the most amazing conversation, and that conversation really launched me into some other good stuff for the past couple weeks. It actually put me on a couple clouds, man. So I wanted to make sure I said thank you out loud here, bro, since I haven't spoken to you since then. And I welcome you to introduce yourself if you're available to get on mic. If not, I'm just glad to have you in the space.
Man, I'm actually driving right. I'm actually driving right now, but my car stereo's got to get fixed tomorrow, so I'm in my car with no stereo, so I'm listening to Spaces instead. But I actually hit the reminder because I wanted to listen to this because, you know, as you might or might not remember, copyright's my background. To be a publisher and a PRO, and I've been yelling about splits in the NFT world for about 6 months now. So I'm really curious to see what other people's feelings are on splits and how they work with it in the NFT world. Because Lord knows in our project, Toy Goes Door, we're doing a whole bunch of things to purposely try to deal with the splits situation with people that are involved in the project and stuff.
Oh man, that's beautiful, man. I wish I'd kept my memory together. I didn't remember that you worked in the PRO space. Otherwise, you'd have been the perfect person to add to this group.
Well, I mean, I did sign Timbaland to a $16 million deal, so that's my that's my big claim to fame. I signed Tim to a $16 million deal. And then I was PRO for Drake, The Weeknd, Justin Bieber. I ran SoCan, which is Canada's ASCAP. I ran SoCan in Los Angeles. So basically, if you're a Canadian songwriter, I've represented you in the LA market.
Yeah, man. You know, I still have to get back with you and have a. We're gonna do an episode of Web3 Backstories. I'm almost ready to launch that. I'm finishing up the intro for it, and then we're gonna do a full deep dive to follow up that conversation that we had that day. You gave me so much that day. My mind was swimming, bro. So I'm looking forward to getting back into all of that. You gave me so much, just so much to think about that
And
day.
just to be clear, I don't say the stuff I said a second ago to get clout or anything like that. I'm saying
Yep.
just to give very quick context of what I do, not to. I don't like people to actually do that kind of shit. So I want to be clear that's not what I was trying to do. I just wanted to quickly give context for why I might have an opinion on what we're talking about today. That's all.
Absolutely clear on that, bro. And I'm glad you said that for the room, because I know that might, make a couple people act weird. But yo, bringing Session Crews up. That's one of the other gentlemen that was involved in the conversation that led to this space. I caught a thread recently with I think Andrew was on there. Session Crews was on the thread. Another brother by the name of Big Joe. I forget Big Joe's full name. I think it was Big Joe the Don or something like that. Andrew, you may know. But they all were having such a really interesting conversation about splits. And I just come out of an NFT guild space where I learned or heard that royalties still weren't worked out very well on here. And I still have yet to mint my first Cardano NFT. So I'm coming into this as a complete noob, just coming to learn about the space so that I can start getting my feet wet and start minting some things. We've had minted through Six City, who's a partner with King Mizzo and I in Color the Blockchain, along with my brother Miguel down there as a speaker. And we want to really, really dive in and become assets to the Cardano community, because Cardano is about social impact, and that's exactly what King Mizzo, Miguel, and I are all about. We're all here for the people. We're working to provide equal access to Web3 for women, people of color, and indigenous people. We're also working to provide improved mental wellness support for people in the hip hop community and other marginalized communities as well through GRYSKLL. We've got a bunch of things we're working on. I don't want to give the whole spiel right here, but Miguel, I see you got your hand up, bro. Anything you want to share for him?
No, I just wanted to follow up. Who was the ones who mentioned the spaces with the calendar reminders? We're launching an event page on Cardano Spot. Kindly DM me like the behavior you want so that I can feed it to our product team when it comes to Twitter space events. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, bro, that was I was just saying, like, I'll DM you my, like, the initial things, because, like, I know that'd be really cool. I wanted to eventually be integrated in Twitter, right? So I just have, like, a guide, and I can just select, like, yo, I want to know, like, King Mizzo, anytime King Mizzo does a space, or if he does these weekly spaces, I always want to know, like, I can just pre-plan my guide instead of having to go find the reminders all the time. That was all. Like, it's more so, like, just to make it easier for me, because I'm addicted to spaces. So that's all. Like, it's more like very self-serving than it is anything else. But absolutely, I think it's still a good idea, though, to just be able to, like, add them all to your calendar and some shit too as well.
And also shout out Super Bowl Radio. They also release like a community schedule as well. You can submit your space to Super Bowl Radio, and they'll add you into that calendar.
Yeah, that's true. Go do that, because there's, like, a lot of the core ones that have been on there for a while, but there's all these new ones and stuff that, man, like, don't even know about. And, like, I'm glad to even, discover this one that you guys are doing, because this is what we need.
This is beautiful. This is dope. I gotta say one thing too. Your mic is a little bit muffled. If you can't improve it, no problem. We can hear you well enough. But just want to give you a heads up in case you didn't know. Don't trip off of it if it is, man. And also want to shout out to Dakar. Oh, yo, Dakar, what's up, bro?
Yo, peace. What's good, fam?
Peace.
Yeah, I'm trying to calm down, man. The census people got me hot, yo. Like, they make you take that shit. I don't like that. You know what I mean? So I had to run her through it. But anyway, so this is my thing, right? I love the concept of splits, how we do the smart contract. I mean, it's immaculate. You know what I mean? It's the way. You know what I mean? But I'm a person, man. I look at everything and I keep it real. And it's like right now, like, people don't buy music; they stream music. They pay a subscription. You know what I'm saying? And like, I know that there's like stuff on the horizon. You know what I mean? But like, it's got to be. So I always felt like blockchain was going to be like the masses. They're going to come in where it's like they don't know they're on the blockchain. They're going to do some shit or buy some shit and, you know, swipe their shit. You know what I mean? But they're not going to have to go through all of these steps. You know what I'm saying? And I know that it's, I know music is big on the blockchain, but I'm asking a question. Do y'all really think that people are looking at music as an asset on the blockchain? You know what I'm saying? Versus something, you know what I mean, that's kind of a part of the culture, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, it's just like, you know, in real life, like, you know, like having a commercial, you hear a hip-hop shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like music always involved, but are people looking at that music as an asset? You know what I mean? That's just a question I wanted to ask, you know what I mean? So I know we spend a lot of time and effort, man. We love this shit. I'm gonna make music regardless. I don't give a fuck if nobody, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make music, so this is in me. But, you know, we all doing these little things, we doing stuff, and we building, and I see the improvement, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not seeing I guess the same thing when it comes to the other end, the industry part in Web3, or the music end, because we basically building a music industry. So I see the music clear. That shit is dope. You know what I mean? I don't see I don't know no other way to say it, but that same energy in the industry part. And, you know,
Yeah.
I just want to ask people, you know what I mean? Like, you know, not trying to fudge, man. That's not me. But I just look at things for what they are. And then you know, just try to break it down. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I'm in it to win it. So don't look at me as no Debbie Downer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we know.
I'm a real dude, you know what I mean? So that's all I want to say, bro.
No, I'm glad you're here, man. I thank you for saying that, man. I think that can be a great launching point or starting point for the conversation. I want to make sure we get familiar with who's in the room a little bit before we get in, if you don't mind. Is that cool with you, bro?
With me?
Yeah.
Man, this your space.
Hey, nah, this our space, man. This Web3, fam. This we doing this the community way, man. We gonna do it. We gonna do what we do.
I'm good with whatever you want to do, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate you just letting me speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm glad to speak to you, man. We ain't spoke yet, man. We traded a couple tweets back and forth, but we haven't had a one-on-one, man. So I'm looking forward to a one-on-one still. I hear the beats that you put up here, man. You got some dope beats, man. So yeah, we definitely got to speak, bro.
Oh man, I appreciate you, man. But you know, like that's what nah, man. I ain't, bro. This your space. I'm you know, man. Look,
We got you.
y'all, man.
Yeah, love, man.
Just know that, like everybody in here, like because you here and you know what I mean. Like
Absolutely, man.
we building though, and and I gotta remind myself of that. You know what I mean? 'Cause sometimes I get caught up in the, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know the word to say it, but in the results.
Yeah. That's where anxiety comes from.
We building, you know what I'm saying? But like real talk, I'm scrambling like a motherfucker. Like, you know. So it's like, you know, man, it's crazy, bro. Like, you know, when they say, when man said I got 99 problems, like, I mean, it's like, hey, you know, take more money, more problems. Well, I ain't even got the more money. You know? Man,
wait till we get on a one-on-one, bro. We gonna get on a one-on-one. We gonna trade some. We gonna have some real conversation about this, bro.
Yeah, whatever you want to talk about.
All right, but we're coming back to your question, man. Just hold that one because we'll start from there, all right? But I want to make sure we give a shout out to everybody in the room that came to contribute to the conversation because one, I don't enjoy coordinating stuff like this, but I feel like something like this has to happen. So I want to thank everybody that made it easy to coordinate, everybody that's playing a role in this. Session Crews, we haven't heard your voice yet. I want to go ahead and give you a chance to introduce yourself. And let's start with you because you were the first to respond. And then Andrew, I'd like to have you introduce yourself after that. And then we'll roll around the room, give quick introductions, maybe about 2-minute introductions for who you are. And then we'll dig into the conversation. I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to plug themselves and what they do, though. Session, you first, bro. Session might be catching the rug. Andrew, you want to run in while we see if we get...
I'll pick it up. Yeah, I'll run it back.
Thank you, bro.
No, that's kind of why I just want to throw my hand up, just for everyone connecting. I appreciate everyone joining in. I sent out a lot of DMs, and it's dope seeing all you turn up. Yo, it's love. You did a great job resetting the room. That's pretty much all I had my hand up to do was, yeah, Dakar, we'll definitely get to that question, but that was like a very in-depth question, and we need to zoom out before we can zoom that far in, because this is coming from the host, Pitchfork, Dragon's Pitchfork. He wasn't even aware of splits and royalties already being functioning and having the capability to do it. And that has to come into actually the difference of Cardano versus Ethereum and having to deal with native assets versus smart contracts. So I kind of wanted to zoom it out. Major focus, we can kind of talk about that, then deep dive like the host said. A little introduction about me. I'm an audio producer, mix mastering engineer, artist, writer. I've fucking been making music for like 9 years, close to it. I own my own record label. I own my own studio. This kid, used to work with this kid. He's working my studio. He ended up blowing up. He came through and was like, yo, fuck you, deleted his shit off the pew and just went off and did his thing. Got like a world tour opening for all of the biggest electronic people and just kind of like peaced out. So that was like very discouraging to me. It was reaffirming, knowing that I have the engineering skills capable to accelerate somebody to help them achieve that platform, but very discouraged that I didn't get any credit. I didn't get absolutely nothing. The dude just fucking like peace the fuck out, forget where you came from. And that kind of like discouraged me from music for a very long time. And then I found out about like Web3 music and blockchain and just this technology. And it's like, oh shit, this is like a public ledger. Now this stuff's like recorded. Now we can actually show who worked on stuff. Now we can show timestamps. Now we can control and maintain intellectual property. Like I already know Mizzo, I'm excited to talk to Mizzo more just about copywriting, because you have to make sure you include your copyright in your metadata, fam. You know what I'm saying? People aren't even taking that basic level of protecting their ownership like that. So that was like my burning fire to get into this community. I resonated heavily with the Cardano ethos when I was doing my research at the time. Twitter Spaces was just starting to pop off, probably like a year and a half ago, and it was just very cool connecting with these people. And it's like, yo, people on Cardano, they're like me, man. They're super creative. They seem passionate. They seem like they're about community first. You know, I kept hearing about the environment and how the proof of stake is better than proof of work. There was just like a lot of things that made me more and more interested in Cardano that I resonated with. And then I was like, all right, cool. You know, I'm in Cardano. I got this ADA, you know, NFTs are starting to pop, but where's the music community at, man? You know, we're in these spaces, but I don't hear anybody talking music. And that's when Disguise, Kid Juice, and Irie Reyna and myself came together, along with others. Shout out Lullabies in here too. Abe was in those initial spaces. And we just started kind of like the music community on Cardano. And we ended up forming the listening room. And that's kind of like what we're here representing today. And it's just so cool what we've been able to achieve with the community through everyone's participation. But it just literally all stemmed from grassroots. So kind of like what Dakar was saying. And I'm happy as fuck Dakar's here, man, because like we drop loops in our Discord. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, just run with it. Like, give me some credits, or if we do some placements and mints, then we can talk shit on the back end. But yo, create first. Dude, Dakar made the listening room theme song. Dakar got the loops from Juice and then threw it to Jack, which is Jack Analog. And then I'm like rapping the song while I'm saying it. And then Cavelli White rapped the bars on it. You know what I'm saying? And we represent that track proudly, because it's like, yo, these are like use cases of people coming together, putting their skill set and just making some dope art together and just doing it for like positive causes. And like, that's just what we're here. That's what we're representing. But we also want to make sure the artist gets their self covered, man. So we focus so much on this education. That's why I was so hyped to come here and talk about just splits, the tech, the things you can do, the things upcoming in the future, which is why I'm happy as fuck Session Cruise is here, which also kind of goes into a little bit what the car was talking about too, right? Which is just so cool, because like we're all together. We're able to hop on a Twitter space. Like, this is Cardano music. Like, you don't ever get this opportunity in that real world Web 2 shit to like kick it with the motherfuckers at Spotify. Hell no. they ain't kicking it. They on a beach, bro, in Ibiza, whatever, you know? But like Cruz, he taking his time with us, bro. We here building. And that's just what I want to echo most is like how dedicated this community is, how these supporters are, these producers coming up, just getting better and better every single week, man. It's just pure encouragement. So I know I kind of started talking about me, then just naturally started talking about everyone else, but it just fucking is what it is, man. It's one love, man. Cardano music.
Yo, that's why you're the co-host in this space, man. You just killed it, bro. Thank you for that handoff and for taking that like that. Session Cruz, you ready to jump up on here, bro?
Yeah, I'm ready. Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Let's go, fam.
What's going on, bros? What's going on? So, I guess, where do I start? Should I introduce myself, I guess?
Please give us give us a couple minutes to introduce yourself. You can plug a project if you want to plug a project. I want to definitely just get familiar with you because the humanity and the humans are what come first. Then we'll talk about the tech.
Amen to that, brother. Fuck yeah.
For sure. So, my name is Session Cruz. Been in the game about 20 years now. Started as a rapper. That's why my name is Session. It ain't no crypto fucking nickname. That shit was my stage name. What the fuck else? I mean, so I signed to an independent label, QM5 Music. I don't hardly even say that shit because I don't want people researching me and hear my music and hear how ghetto I was. I'm a different person now. All right, guys, don't judge me. A different person. What else? So I was signed, toured the country, all that shit. But that wasn't working out for me. I didn't want to, no offense or whatever. I just didn't want to be an old rapper, you know what I mean? So I focused on the business side. So, it's funny. It's funny how things opened up for me when I mentally, I don't know, you guys are artists, so you guys will feel me on this. But when you're an artist and you're talking to these music industry people, you're asking for something always. Check me out, do this, do that. And when I switched that mentality of being in the industry, it was more like, what can I do for you? And that helped me get so many contacts in the industry. Contacts I would have gave my left arm for as a rapper. I would have gave my left arm for that shit. But anyway, so I'll get into that now. So yeah, my homie was a music video director. Needed girls for a video. And I was unemployed at the time. I was like, oh fuck, this is like 12 years ago. I said, hey, I'll help you get some girls for this video, and I quickly I thought I was just gonna flirt with the girls and that's it. I realized quickly that there was no agency for the type of talent that these music videos were looking for, and so I built up an agency that did just that, cast talent for music videos. Fast forward 5 years from that point, I was casting videos for the Who's Who. Oh, and by the way, that video was Beamer, Benz, and Bentley. So it was Lloyd Banks, G-Unit, and Jules Santana. Oh, shit. So that was my very first video ever. Then I did hundreds, with everybody. Throw a dartboard of names, and I done them all. Nicki Minaj, Rick Ross, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, I'm not going to name drop. But somewhere on that timeline, 5 years later, I did a video. I casted the birthday song video, 2 Chainz and Kanye West. Someone on that team, on Kanye's team, was like, yo, this is exactly the type of talent I'm looking for a secret project. And that secret project ended up being Yeezy. So I ended up working with Yeezy for many years. And these are concurrent timelines. At the same time, I'm a hustler. So anyway, I went from casting agent to influencer marketing because I went from Yeezy to Kim Kardashian. Now I'm kind of jumbling the story up. I work with Kim Kardashian's KKW line as well, her perfume, shapewear line, all that shit. So and the girls that I was booked for talent became influencers, and so that's why I pivoted from casting agent to influencer marketing. The same, instead of managers, artists, producers, directors reaching out for talent, became
became businesses. It became social media Fashion Nova, one of the biggest fucking female clothing lines. I was there from the beginning. But anyway, so COVID killed that shit. So now here I am. It gave me the space to think about other things, and I learned what Web3 was at the time, because I was like, by the way, before I get into that, like, I'll save it for later. So anyway,
take a breath real quick for me, man. Take a breath real quick for me. I love you, man.
I just rattle this shit off, bro, about that. So anyway, yeah, and I'm walking home. Anyway, so yeah, I saw that what Web3 was, and realized quickly that I can use it to affect the industry I most know, and realized that you can use this blockchain to power the auto distribution of music royalties. And once I get an idea, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I stuck with it. So that's what I'm building now with my team. The protocol is called DMU, and I'll get into a quick little 60-second pitch and then shut up. So DMU is a music rights protocol that will auto-distribute music royalty payments to all rights holders of the song every time that song generates revenue across all platforms. It's kind of like it's a Visa for music, right? So we are we aren't an app, because I got to underscore that. We aren't an app, we are the protocol. And the way I like to simplify it for those who don't know the differences, a protocol, the internet is a protocol, right? And the protocol is a set of instructions, in the internet's case, a set of instructions that govern how data flows, right, within a network. So this music protocol, think of it like a music internet, right? When you show someone the internet, you can't show someone a protocol, right? That's fucking abstract. It's like a fucking thought bubble over your head. You show someone the app built on top of the protocol, right? Facebook, Twitter, Google, etc. So we want to be a music protocol that supports the music apps being built to and we just basically want to make sure that rights holders are paid royalties for the revenues being generated on these applications. That's it.
Yo, that's dope, Demi. Well, first, the whole history, man. Thank you for the whole history on you, first and foremost. That's a dope story, dope history. I'm looking forward to learning more about you. But this Demi protocol, is that going to be cross-chain as well? You said it's a protocol, so I guess it's going to go from chain to chain, so Cardano will be able to take advantage of that as well?
Yep.
And other blockchains as well?
So the protocol, we just want the settlement layer, right? The royalty settlement layer is on Cardano, but you can build apps across all the chains, right? As long as it connects back to that settlement layer, Visa, right? Like, and so the apps are like the merchant partners in Visa, right? Anybody can have Visa on their fucking bodega or any store, right? So the apps are our merchant partners, and that could be built, and it could even be built off Web3. It could be Web2. We intend to, connect, provide this protocol so that apps in Web2 or companies in Web2 can also connect to it, and the Spotify, Tidal, etc. Somebody here talked about SOCAN. It's a lady named Holly, I think her name was. That I spoke to as SOCAN, we want to provide even for PROs.
Holly's a really good friend of mine, actually. That was me that said that. I used to work with Holly at SOCAN. And if I can ask a question, just because I have to go in a few minutes, I'm driving somewhere and I'm almost done, but I'm absolutely fascinated by what you're talking about, and I'd love to talk to you one-on-one if you have time at some point. But just my first question is, what exact royalties are you discussing when you say the protocol is going to do royalty? Like, what exact royalties are you discussing right now?
Right, so it's all royalties, right? Sync licenses, the streaming, everything. Any way that music, the performance, everything. I can give you examples. You know, songs being played on the metaverse as a performance royalty. Royalties need to flow back, but there is no plumbing for the flow of royalties back to the rights holders for the use of that song in the metaverse. So all royalties, bro. Just to make it quick, because I can get long with this.
Correct. So, like, okay, so I'm just trying to drill down because I want to understand. Like, when you say all royalties, every royalty has a different stream. Like, each royalty is delivered in a different way currently. So when you say, for example, performance royalties, how is that performance royalty going from the stream to your bank account, so to speak, to the bank account of the holder? Like, I'm trying to understand how the plumbing would actually work, because this is being discussed an enormous amount in the music industry right now, in the Web 2 industry. And
I got the answers, baby. I love it.
well, explain me, because you're going to have to get rid of, obviously, and I'm not saying this in a combative way. I want this solution too. I'm literally right with you in the trenches on this, fighting. I want to fight the PROs as well, actually, but I'm curious. Like,
I don't want to fight the PROs. No.
Well, hang on. So are you talking about working in conjunction with the PROs and eliminating their white paper, like the back room? Like, I'm confused about how you go from blanket licensing to individual streaming royalty.
Right, so like we said, think of the song like a vending machine, right? And in this vending machine, there are different licenses that one can purchase or license, right? Depending on the business of that application, or that business, on that application layer. Right. We also see a way for, part of the vision is to integrate existing music companies. It's a protocol for all businesses all along the music supply chain, PROs, music labels, distributors, all of them. Right. We have no opinion about. We make no opinion. We just want to make sure that royalties flow back to the rights holders of the music. And we feel like, specific to the PROs, that we can actually improve the value proposition to their clients, or to their artists, right? By speeding up the royalties from months to minutes using this protocol. But you're right, it depends on the type of license, right? So music streaming will be a little slower, but sync licensing could happen in real time. Performance in the metaverse, it depends on the business of the application layer. So there's so many variables. We just want to create the APIs that make sure that they can easily plug into the protocol and distribute royalties back to all rights holders. It's math at the end of the day. You're right, there are different types of licenses, but at the end of the day, it's just math. You receive some amount of money for this song, for whatever the license is, and you need to split it.
Yeah, basically you're just laying the train tracks that all these different forms of train, all these different royalties, which are different types of trains, can travel, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I was an IT guy for 20 years, so TCP/IP was one of the places where I got certified. I see we've got a question from LVIA. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that. How about you just go ahead and spit what you got to spit?
It's all good, brother. My name is Abe. I'm also Lullaby. I've been rolling with these guys for quite some time. I got two things. First off, I just want to say welcome back, Session. You sound completely different right now. I absolutely love the new clarity of whatever you're doing right now. Second off, and to continuing that there, I always like to say the story of, like, whenever I first met Session Cruz, how I completely got the wrong idea of him at first just because of how freaking passionate he is about what he does and how tenacious he is with it, kind of thing. And
People thought I was a scammer.
I really did. I really did thought that you were a scammer for a second, like, straight up, no lie, like, on a recorded space. Like, I will say that. But then I had the pleasure of starting to hear him more and more in spaces, and I'm like, you know what? he knows what he's freaking doing, kind of thing. So hearing him talk about his projects and the royalty rights and everything, especially for the actual musician, not trying to like, because I'm pretty sure you're not trying to do like what Noom's doing in the sense of like, everybody that owns this NFT can get a share of the royalties. It's simply just the back end of what, it's not as much as a legal gray zone kind of thing. I think it's going to be cool to see you interact with these different facets, like Chad was saying about the royalties, like, because there's so many different kinds, right? So to be able to see those kind of be funneled out and distributed. I do have a question though, how much of this is going to be done in a decentralized fashion and then a centralized one? Because it still feels like needs to be a good bit of trust there still in certain aspects, but at least we have the blockchain to verify, and you can look at those ledgers and everything like that. To educate me.
No, for sure. And one thing I want to stress before I get into that, and you'll probably have to repeat your question because my brain goes a mile a minute.
It's all good.
So, fuck, I even forgot what I was just going to say. You see? Oh, yeah. We do not this vision is an open protocol. I do not have a vision of installing us as the new fucking gatekeeper that artists must go through in order to get their shit off. This is a protocol that allows you to be your own motherfucking boss, to open up your own storefront and sell your music to determine the value of the music that's one of my pet peeves about Spotify and others. They determine a price for a value of music that they did not help to create. And so we just want to make sure we create this protocol so that you can upload your music and make that music available for license to these different apps. Web3 to start, but hopefully if we grow big enough that we build a cloud so that Spotify and others, they need to adopt this new shit, basically. I don't know. I forgot your question, bro. But I felt it was important to make that known that I'm not trying to be fucking Mark Zuckerberg over here.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, what I was asking before is whenever it comes to whenever it comes to the different royalty streams and everything like that, how much of it is trustless right now kind of thing? If it's a protocol, it sounds pretty automated kind of thing. So walk me through as an artist, right? I do what I need to do, right? And then say for instance, the song that I have, I want to get royalties for everybody kind of thing, and it's on Spotify, it's on all of these different, or is it going to be on any of those platforms? I'm still a little lost, sorry.
Right.
So if it's on all of those, right, and then they're all different payouts kind of thing, is it going to be automated that all I got to do is just put people's wallet addresses where they need to go, and then everything else is taken care of?
Exactly, just like that, bro. It's one central command center for your entire catalog of music. All the different sales channels or revenue channels that your music is currently generating revenue in, you just get it. You and all rights holders associated with that song.
Because there's a code involved, right? There's a specific code that's involved whenever it comes to distribution of music. So isn't there a specific ID that you can plug into?
There's 5 different codes, bro. And I know Chad, I'm speaking Chad's language. Oh, he left already. There's 5. There's, I don't remember them all off the top of the head. It's IPN. There's ISRC, ISWC. Basically, you have a code for the publishing side of the song. You have a code for the recording side of the song. Then you have different codes for the individual rights holders, right? The IPN, I believe is one, and the other is IPI, I believe. And so you got codes for the different rights holders, or whether it's on the publishing side or the master recording side. And then there's finally a big code, ISNI. I remember that one because it rhymes with Disney. ISNI code that encapsulates all of it. It's like the fucking master code of the song. And the reason why you want all these codes, because it could be the same song, but a different recording. It could be a live performance. It could be a remix. It could be the same song, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? So even though the master number is the same, it's the same song, there might be a different recording or a different, you know what I mean? So all that shit. But anyway, and that's another thing too. By the way, I'm obviously not a suit. I'm not buttoned up. I'm just real as fuck. This is who I am. And so and I think people like that authenticity. I'm not trying to be, like I said, the big bad CEO or the corporate overlord. I'm just trying to build something. This is what I started to say in the beginning of my story, and I'll say it now. I've watched this movie before. I was an artist during the late 90s, early 2000s. Saw the internet change things. That I was in that awkward phase where people were trying to figure out how to even use this technology.
Yep, that's why I'm here.
You guys now are in that same awkward phase where people are trying to figure out Web3 and crypto and how all this shit's going to work. And so I'm just very motivated to build this. I see it clear as day what needs to happen, and I'm motivated to build something that will benefit all music companies, record labels, and by record label I mean that any artist can be their own record label, right? You can. It ain't just fucking Universals and whatever. It's anybody can be a record label, and you can use this protocol to run your business just the same.
Hey,
anyway, word.
Real quick, man, you busted them in the head. I don't know if they really realize what you're saying, but so let's break this down. Like what you're saying is right, but there is a difference, right? You have labels, right? But you also have distributors. That's two different things. And when you talk about these codes, like the ISRC, the UPC, the RN, all these different codes, you know what I'm saying? That relates directly to publishing. And artists, and this is what I want to tell everybody, you have to distinguish the difference between being an artist and a publisher. It's two different lanes, you know what I'm saying? And the good ones, they know both lanes.
Let me clarify that real quick, because that's not quite true. So there is two sides of every song. There is the actual recording, and then there's the publishing side. Now, if you're an artist that writes your own verses, then you get publishing and recording. So you can be a creative still and be on the publishing side. It's not, you know what I mean? So
right. But what I'm saying though is like, you know, because like if you look at the people in the industry now. You know what I'm saying? They don't own their publishing, bro. You know what I mean? The labels own it. You know what I'm saying? The labels basically say they provide this service. The labels give budgets. You know what I'm saying? They don't, you know, the labels say this is what you're going to get on every sale. You know what I mean? But if you set up all of these, like you said, the codes, right? Then you eliminating them. Now you're everything. You know what I mean?
Right. So you're right and wrong. I don't want to. I say it like this, and I say it all the time. We're not burning the house down. This isn't a revolution. It's an evolution. And the future is integration with these existing businesses, right? And I also would push back a little bit and say that the major labels do provide a service for those who want that service. If you're trying to be Eminem or Kanye West, you need the support of a big label. But some people might want to just do it independent.
But yeah.
And if you disagree, you can take the very same tools that I'm offering them to build your own fucking Def Jam. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying that fundamentally, the term record label isn't a bad thing. So if you build a record label and you grow as big as Def Jam, are you automatically evil? No.
But yeah, that's the thing though. But like, you know, like you said, as an artist, you build catalogs, right? Your catalog is based on your ISRC. So when you send stuff to DistroKid, TuneCore, CD Baby, basically they hold the catalog because they generate those codes for you. See, that's the thing. That's all I'm saying. I'm not, you know, what you're saying is right and exact. What I'm saying is that we give our rights away. You know what I'm saying?
Let me speak to that because that's a good point. I do believe that with the transparency that this protocol will bring to rights holders, artists, that they can then better negotiate those deals, because now you know clearly how much your IP is worth, because you can see it. The record labels, some, the big ones, the corporate labels do take advantage of this obscurity and to give you a shitty deal. But we don't want to determine what's fair. It's not our fucking business. You, as a grown-ass adult, can read the contract and determine whether you want to do that business or not. We just enforce whatever you agree on.
Right, bro.
Yo, I see y'all are both saying the same thing already.
What I'm saying is basically
Bro.
that I want to be able to have that choice. You know what I'm saying? And to say, because there's people, man, like, anybody can have a publishing company, but there's certain steps you got to take. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't want to take them steps. Some people feel like because they're doing their art that they're so consumed with that, they don't have time for that. That's why back in the day you had to have business managers and all these other people, lawyers and things, and you still need some of them people today, right? But that's because you didn't have time, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. But if you can set yourself up, you know what I mean? You can eliminate that, therefore, and I'm talking about Web 2, because Web 3, as of now, I know that there's pros trying to get into Web 3. I heard CSAC was trying to get in, but for the most part, we can set up stuff that where we don't even have to deal with that. But to be honest, there's a lot of talent in here, and I feel like that, it needs to be in Web 2 as well as Web 3. We can still do our thing here, but we still need to be very keen on how Web 2 works. So what I wanted to ask you, right, is like when it comes to like the ISRCs and these different codes, right? Like because, for example, Twitter, they get paid. So the reason why we can even be up here talking for free is because people pay them. You know what I'm saying? So the more interaction that they get from certain things, they get paid for that. You see ads jumping on your shit, just like YouTube. It's just that's how shit rolls now. You know what I mean? But you don't have to pay for advertising. You already are, because the people that pay for it are basically paying for you to say what you want to say on platforms. So what I'm saying is that where's the lining as far as what you're doing with things of that nature? You know what I mean? Or are you even thinking about that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's incremental. We're building slowly but surely to make sure that we integrate all of the ecosystem actors, right? All of the people that conduct in the business of music, right? Whether it's the artist, the record label, the PRO, the this, the that, the third. We just want to give everyone a playing field, right? A protocol in which to do the business. Now you can decide who you want to do business with, and that connects to Web 2. It connects to all music companies.
Right. Pardon me, y'all. I love you, bro. I love what you're doing, and I highly respect you. And I just want to give you gratitude for that. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't. It doesn't matter about agreeing or disagreeing. What you're doing is great, and I appreciate you. And I'm gonna fall back because there's other people that want to speak.
Yeah, and I think you guys are speaking the same language, to be honest. I think it's just a matter of verbiage that was getting in the way there, to be honest. Now, I saw Sound Rig. You were ready to say a little something. You want to jump up here and then Rax after that? All right, Sound Rig, if you're not ready, Rax, how about you ready to go?
Yeah, sorry, I was actually...
No problem, man. I can be a little fast on the trigger, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was basically going to say, I think you guys are saying the same thing a little bit in different regards, but I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Session, you're more business to business, not business to consumer. So his protocol is behind the scenes where he's offering a service to, for instance, for SoundRig, like offering a service to SoundRig so that we can use it, and then it integrates into Web 2 as well. And it's just another payment layer. So I kind of lost my track there. Session was hitting all my points before I could say them. But yeah, I'm actually have to go. I wanted to talk, but I ran out of time. But I just wanted to highlight I pinned it up top. We're actually doing a fundraiser concert with Disguise and DJ Dabby on Friday. And that's going to be supporting mental health initiatives. And it's based on Cardano. And it's 33 ADA for a raffle ticket. And if you guys want to check it out, really appreciate that. It's going to be about 5 hours of music. And we also have over 70 NFTs that have been donated that will be raffled off to ticket holders. But
who does this fundraiser
so if
benefit?
you guys want to come check it out.
Who does the fundraiser benefit?
Pardon me?
Yeah, who is the fundraiser benefiting? Who do the proceeds go to?
So it's going to MAPS, which is an organization which is helping with education and research for using like psychedelic.
Am I rugging or something?
Oh, yeah.
You're rugging, bro.
Yeah, we're about to lose you, fam. Yo, if you can pin that information up to the space after you roll out, we'd appreciate it.
Disguise is up here. He's a part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, Maps does research using like psilocybin and different substances for mental health and for like recovery and PTSD and just all of research into all of that, and then it all kind of ties together. It's not just for mental health, but that's like a part of it. And so yeah, they're one of the organizations, and then there's another one too. So there's two organizations. And then any ticket, it's an NFT ticket, and that also gets you into the raffle drawing. And so yeah, we went from like 15 NFTs like 70. People have been donating some insane stuff. So like, not only are you supporting music, mental health, research, but like you also can win some really cool shit. So it's like, full circle on all that. But I don't want to show too much. I'm sorry. I mean, to get you all off.
That's no problem. I mean, I'm big about mental health and wellness. That's my primary driver that got me into all of these spaces. So that's why I want to make sure I made an opportunity to plug the cause. And people can donate NFTs to this cause.
Yeah, I'm gonna, if I'm not rugging still.
You're good, man.
The second organization is it's a project on Cardano called Proxies. And they have a section of their project which is specifically focused on mental health. And they've already done like 5 fundraisers. The details are on the site, the website. And but they've already done like 5 fundraisers, which have raised a couple $1,000s for people in the community to help, with, issues that they're dealing with. And it's like a very trusted project. Everything's going to be 100% transparent. And I'm going to pin the tweet, which actually has the wallet address, where if you want to donate, you can send an NFT in.
Perfect. Thank you. And I'll reach out to you on the side to speak to you a little bit more about this. One of you guys, for sure. Sorry to...
Yo, 1 second, brother. I have to say something quick before it goes on. Yo, Maps, that's in Canada, right? For the that organization you're talking about, or do they have it in the States too?
I think
it's. I'm not sure about it because it's actually DJ Dabby who wanted to do that. I just did the research to see about what's about, and it's a pretty big organization.
It is in Canada
still.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, beautiful. Let's bring up something to talk about this.
I use psychedelics to medicate as well, and I've tested a lot of that out myself as the guinea pig, and it works. You know what I mean? For me at least. So I love the cause, Just wanted to shout out Maps.
Yeah, Mizzo, let's connect with him after, Mizzo, and let's set up something to talk about that specifically. Let's amplify.
Do it.
Like we do. All right, Rax, I know you had a question for Session, I believe.
Not really a question, more just of like a statement that maybe you guys should do like a publishing space, because that could probably use like a good amount of time to even like go over, since there's people that know so much about it. That could be a really good offering to like artists,
Well, Rax,
Sure. I mean, I'd be down. I wouldn't call myself an expert. Going back, because I wanted to express gratitude to LV AB, well, I don't even know how to say your name, bro.
Lullaby.
Express gratitude because in the beginning, in the beginning of this journey, August 2021, when I was first learning about this, perhaps I wasn't as good of a communicator, but I'm fucking relentless and persistent, and I fucking learned everything I needed to learn and sharpened that blade over months, and carried by this passion that I have to make this shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's necessary, and so I appreciate that he saw the growth, and a lot of people, Big Joe, people I know see the growth. I'm sharper than ever, and I'm just getting better.
That's beautiful, man. That's dope. Respect for that. We got one more person up here who's meant to be on stage today. I want to make sure we give a chance to introduce Six City. Six City, you ready for to introduce yourself, fam?
Yeah, dude. What's up? How's it going?
What's up, man? We're giving everybody a chance to just kind of speak on who they are, what they do real quick before we really get into the conversation about splits and royalties more deeply. I think Session gave us a great run on the DMU protocol and what the groundwork they're laying for royalty payments. But I think we're going to come back to royalties as a conversation as a whole. And one more thing, Rax, your suggestion about creating a space to talk about publishing specifically, kind of on point with where my head is. I created an account today called Web3 Music Minds, and I'm hoping to bring together a brain trust of people like this to have spaces on a regular basis to talk about topics like this and to help educate artists on these types of things. So I think you're on the right page. Six City, you ready to introduce yourself, fam?
Yes, sir, guys. How's everyone doing? My name is Jimmy. I run a program called Six City. We're a music minting platform, promotion platform, building platform, consultation. I mean, you name it. I'm just trying to do some cool shit with music. We celebrated our 1 year in Cardano last month, which is pretty badass. And in Jesus, it's crazy looking at, but we're going to be celebrating our 1 year for the main project. So for anyone who may not know, every epoch, which in Cardano is 5 days, we release a new token featuring music from people in our ecosystem. We went live on Epoch 330, which was March 31st, 2020, which is, like I said, wild because tomorrow is Epoch 394. So it'll be 64 consecutive epochs that we've released free music to the community. We've got and have run, well over 100 different music mints from all different walks of life, from all different countries. It's been a wild time. So if there's any kind of development to be done in the music space, I'm happy to, that's kind of my thing. I love it. I've been doing it for a while now, and I hope one day to be working here in Cardano full time. That's the absolute dream. But yeah, that's me.
Thank you, Sick. Appreciate that, man. All right, Andrew, you've been doing a great job at helping to drive this train. Do we want to get started on the splits conversation at this point, and then we'll circle back around to royalties after we get into splits? What I'm curious about is how splits work with Cardano NFTs specifically, and how that may differ and may be better than, or maybe even behind certain other blockchains, if anybody knows. And Big Joe, I'm sorry, I see you got your hand up. Big Joe is actually supposed to be another speaker here. I'm sorry. I'd like Big Joe to introduce himself before we go into that. Big Joe?
Yeah, I came up because I had a question, but yeah, I'm just some dude, just a little music, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a lot of weed. I want to come up here to disagree with Session real quick. I think he's getting worse. He ain't getting better, and he better stop name dropping my name and using me like he used his Christina Aguilera and Backstreet Boys or whoever other celebrity he used to work with. But yeah, with that being said, I got new music coming out soon. Shout out to Six City. I dropped a track with Six City before. I still make a little ADA out of that here and there. That's about it. I'm just chilling.
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming up, man. We appreciate the hell out of that, man. Andrew, you ready to take this?
Yeah, I'll throw it to this guy's one last quick. I'm sure he has something real quick to throw in. And I also wanted to throw Jimmy one last flower, Six City. He's also an incredible musician. He shreds up the acoustic. He performed at CNFT Con. So Jimmy himself, CNFT Con, is a dope-ass musician. Disguise.
Yeah, no, perfect. That lines us up perfect. Because what I wanted to say to Six City, to Big Joe, and like everyone, like this goes to me too, but like don't downplay yourselves. Like I'm serious. Like don't just like elevator pitches for everyone. Just like if you're like I'm a musician, I do this. Like I host Cardano Stoners Club. Like couple things and say it and like boom. Like don't downplay yourself because I feel like all of us do that a lot and it's like bullshit. Like and then we'll have each other like be like no, he's actually really good at this and it's like yo. Just say it, man. Like, have a couple points and say what you do and, like, own that shit because we all need to do that. Like, me included, I'm just as guilty. I'm not sitting here like, I'm pretty sure, you know, like, I'm part of the group. I'm just saying, though, like, all of us definitely work on that because, like, I feel like that's very important and will make you come off so much more, like, larger than life and everything when you just say it with that confidence. And
all right, you're right. I'm the fucking greatest person of all time, man.
Fucking done, baby!
Well, you know, like, Awesome as JL is always like, yo, biggest musician in the metaverse. And we all know him as, like, he's confident. He's with that. I'm not saying you have to say that, but I'm just saying, like, he sells himself well. You're like, wait, biggest, what do you mean? You know, it gets you listening. So that's all I want to say.
No, that's good advice, this guys. That's good advice. Yo, what's Bobby Blue with the foul crowd? Bang, bang, baby. All right, no, I'm just kidding. We're back to reality. I saw a foul crowd down there, man. Saw Fran. Good people, man. Good people. No, but just to bring it back, and I am really happy that everyone's kind of showing up. Everyone's kind of learning more about each other. I think that is a great introduction to the start. So Pitchfork or Dragons, I don't know what you like calling me. I'll just call you Dragons, bro. I like that, like, icebreaker for the space. I'll just be real quick about it. Like I said, I'm happy Jimmy's here because he can like us to it and even talk more into it in depth. And that's Six City for those who may not know Six City's name. We've definitely done a few minutes through Six City as the listening room and as individuals. And that's like the advice that I give absolutely everybody entering the space is like, I think accrescenting into the Cardano music community, you should at least have one epoch drop. And I think that that's just an ode to the community, paying respect to just getting into the community and just being involved in the ecosystem. So I think what Six City does is like so crucial to the just importance of it, because a lot of people come in here with like the wrong intention. They're thinking like, oh man, I'm just going to do like a 500 drop, 1,000 drop. I'm gonna charge like $1,000, bro. I'm gonna walk out fucking a millionaire on this track. And it's like, no, like, you're not. Like, you need to stop reading the news because that's false. That's not real. You can hear, we can get you out there. You get a token floating around. You can get some wallets. You can connect with some individuals, find some supporters, maybe some more musicians to help you work on your craft. Maybe you can work on their craft in there, and you can evolve and grow from there. And I even use Olivia Rodrigo. She's I would call her famous pop star right now. She's definitely really big here in North America. And people were asking her manager, like, why weren't you selling out larger venues? Because she had the opportunity to sell out larger venues. And he's like, you know, she's 19 years old. This is her first album. This is her first time doing shows. She needs to learn how to command that stage. She needs to learn stage presence. She needs to feel comfortable just performing live in front of these people. If you just throw her into a stadium in front of 100,000 people, you don't know what's going to go on, man. Like, that takes training. That takes, like, so much work to just master that. And I think that same attitude should be taken coming into this space because, like, you won't be let down. You won't have, like, overinflated expectations. So I really think, like, Six Cities wanted to let you know that. And bringing it back to even, like, the splits, we had the listening room mixtape, and this is a great example right here. It was 13 tracks from 13 individual artists, and we were able to program every single person's wallet into the back end. So every single time that album gets minted, every artist on there, all 13, they get 2 ADA sent directly to their wallet. And I think the total mint was like a 36 ADA mint. So 26 out of that 36 is going directly back to the artist. And then there's like the 2 ADA mint. I believe Six City gets a few. Listening Herb gets a few, and This Crazy Life gets a few for creating the NFT music player. And it's just so transparent and easy just to operate that way. And looking back at it now, we laugh. We're like, bro, like 36 ADA for 13 tracks inside of an NFT player? Like, this shit is so cheap. Like, compared to what it should be valued at, you know? But it made it really easy just to figure this system out and just to like do business and have that conversation, because it's kind of like what Dakar was mentioning at the beginning. It's like a lot of people approach a studio and they step into the studio looking at like a blank canvas, which as an artist, that's how you should look at it. You should think of, oh my goodness, look at all these possibilities. I have access to these markers and Sharpies and pencils and all these different colors. And that ultimately is what a studio provides you, is access to tools that you don't have access to by yourself. So you go in there with this whole creative mindset of, oh my goodness, I can be just unleashed right now. But the first thing you should be thinking is, who owns this? How do these things get distributed? How are we going to like negotiate this payment, you know? And that is normally happening at the end of the creation, which should happen at the beginning of creation, because it was kind of like, then it comes down to who owns what. Oh, well, I did this and I did that, and all of that bad business comes in. And being able to negotiate this and have this planned out at the very beginning from project management, we're going to charge this much. Everyone is going to get this much. We need this information to be in the metadata. You know what I'm saying? Retrieving all of that up front and then taking it to print was so fucking dope, because now it even comes down to being on a street team together. People on the album want to promote the album for each other because they're directly a part of it now. And like you said, you no longer have to wait months to get payment. Every single time that mixtape gets minted directly from point of sale, every artist gets paid. And like Big Joe even said, and it has to do with Sig City, you know, with Cardano native NFTs, you're able to do this, native assets. And like Big Joe said, he's like, shit, sometimes I'm still getting that trickle in. And it's like, yes, because Sig City set up a record shop, man. You can go in on his website, check out past releases from a bunch of different artists, and guess what? That token is the same. That contract that you agreed to is the same. Big Joe will always be getting kickbacks as long as that token is minting and people are minting. And like, once again, that's the beauty of blockchain, NFTs, and I really think Cardano helps distribute that based on the fact that you have a native asset, and it's not just having access to a smart contract that holds your shit.
That's excellent, man. That is pure excellence. Disguise?
Yo, yeah, I hope it's cool on this. I know you're other hosts. I don't want to like be overstepping, throwing in points and stuff. Is that cool?
No, please. This is a community conversation. I came with questions, and I'm here to hear every one of you speak.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Yeah, so, you know, like, and to what Andrew was just saying with our mixtape and the 60 releases, and even on SoundRig, like, these automatic payments are incredible. And like, because I run a label, a house and techno label, and right, we're still traditional platforms, Web 2, all that. We're working on bringing stuff over, but I've been slowly convincing everyone. I had to do a bunch of it myself to show all my artists, like, this is what this is, because they're like, I don't know. And so I'm like, all right, here's what I've been doing. And now they see it and they're like, okay, cool, like, here's what we can do. But even with the DSP that I use, like, I use Symphonic for all of our label distribution, and like they've slowly gotten better where there's like, I can set the splits and the artists, and they'll do the payouts, but I still have to relinquish my account, like do my accounting, relinquish everything, and then they can do the payouts. And then even then, payouts are, you know, like if I'm a 50-50 split with an artist on a track, royalties on Spotify, that's 50-50 of like 0.00 whatever. So it's like, you know, this way, if I know like, hey, artist, I'll give you for every sale of this track, whatever, you get, you know, I'll put in ADA right now, you get, you know, 5 ADA, 10 ADA, whatever. And like, you start stacking that, a couple hundred ADA right now is, you know, at 35 cents is not to see much when it's $1 or whatever. And now you just like, you know, the money that you're making essentially potential, but I don't want to like, you know, is already and can be out the gate greater than waiting for fucking streaming royalties and shit. And obviously like sync placements and stuff is a whole different game. But like when you're waiting for a couple dollars, yeah, for thousands of streams or whatever, after you split it with the artist and you're like, here's your, $40, like, they, for thousands of streams, they're like, tight. I don't, it's like, that's not sustainable. So having the automatic payments, whether it's an ADA, whether it's whatever, it like in the code, in perpetuity, you don't have to worry about so-and-so company going under and now their accounting's all done. Like, and now we got to go figure this out. Like, all of those things are just already there. And there'll be times I'll be like, oh, what's a new transaction in my wallet? Like, oh, someone bought my like single that I released on Six City months and months and months ago that, and people just stumbled upon it. And so those types of things are beautiful, and so to be able to see that, and then as an artist, you're like, all right, I know if I hold this right now or whatever, I'm not telling you what to do. Don't take this investment advice, but just thinking of it in that way. Cause we keep looking at the like, oh, it's 35 cents. So your dollars are not the same, but like, it's not that. It's like, man, like hundreds of ADA is better still at 35 cents than, like your 0.00 whatever from streams and even from Beatport and stuff. When you're, they charge $2 a song, we're making 40 cents, 30 cents, and then I'm splitting that with the artist. Like, dude, it's rough. So yeah, this way can set things a lot differently and automatic. And I've been showing these other artists that are on the label in the traditional sense, and they're all like, okay, no, that's some powerful shit, and I can say so too. So yeah, it's definitely like I've got both worlds on there, and so it's definitely can see both sides. And I still do like this part. That's where we're going more so, and still having to worry about like do all the other stuff, accounting and all that other shit, and blah blah blah. And I know some of that's still there because we live in the traditional business world, but
Thank you for that session. Let's go.
Yeah. One thing on the topic of why Cardano, right, and what makes Cardano different. One thing a lot of people don't realize or know. I want to add this to, especially to Andrew and this guy, the communicators, the music industry communicators. Add this to your toolkit, to the points, and that is this. So Cardano is built on a programming language that's called functional programming language. While Ethereum and the like, Polygon, I believe, they're built on a programming language called object-oriented programming language. So C++, JavaScript, Python. I'm just learning this too, Rust. And the difference is that object-oriented programming language, you can, in a nutshell, it's like consumer-grade blockchain, right? That's why you see all these hacks and shit. Like it's buggier. While functional programming language, that's the shit that banks use, right? That's why no one's ever been able to Bank of America and add an extra zero to their fucking bank account, right? Because it's built on functional programming language. Also, more examples of the uses in the real world are NASA rockets or airplane systems that failure could result in the loss of human life. You feel me? The systems that literally can't fail. And so when deciding which blockchain to use, that is why I chose to build on Cardano. Aside from the philosophy and all the other things that I love about Cardano, it makes me a straight up fucking maxi. From a business perspective, when talking to record labels about this or investors about this, that is the first point I bring up. We are building bank level protocol here, not no fucking consumer grade, which is good for, the application layer. Perhaps you can build it on any other blockchain. But when it comes to the actual settlement of royalties, actual cash money, that shit needs to be more secure. That's it.
Yo, that was a huge one right there. That's a big nugget, man. I needed that one. Thank you for that. That really works for my technical mind. Now, before we jump too far away from that one, because you just touched on the next question, I literally just wrote that question down on my paper, the why Cardano. Andrew, Six City, anybody else in the space, anybody else on stage have a reason why Cardano from your point of view?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I have 2 major points. I kind of already mentioned it the first part about the actual native asset versus the access to a smart contract. And I will kind of elaborate that on a little bit more. For not everyone, because I know there's a lot of Cardano community members in here, but not everybody is a Cardano native. So that's just kind of why I want to say it. And it might also clear up some uncertainty that people might have. But when you actually mint like an NFT, right, or even a fungible token for that matter, it's the information is stored within the actual currency itself, within the actual ADA, if you can think of it like that. So when you actually have these NFTs, it gets sent to you in ADA. And that's kind of what we mean by a native asset, is now when you load up your wallet, you see that ADA that's in your wallet, but now this ADA that's sitting there also has this information attached. This could be just a metadata, text, music, whatever you fill with it, but now it's reading it as that. So once again, to Sessions Cruz, when it comes to security, that's why there aren't many malicious contracts. I don't want to say none, because like who the fuck knows with how fast shit moves, but you don't have like malicious contracts on Cardano because your assets aren't stored within the contract. They're held within your wallet. So for someone to steal your assets, they need to get ownership of your wallet, not just the transaction to the smart contract. And what that means is on Ethereum, the asset, the NFT, lies within that contract, and it's just your wallet address that gives you access to view that content, you know? So it's saying like, Mizzo has access to this, so let him view this. And that's what you're allowed to trade, is that pretty much allocation of your wallet address. So when you do get compromised from a transaction, you're basically signing over your wallet address to theirs, and that's what allows that malicious entity access into that smart contract to take ownership from you. On Cardano, you don't have that because of the actual native asset inside your wallet. And then the second point I think is huge, is just the fact that we already have a functioning proof of stake system. And you might be asking like, well, what does that even have to do? Well, you know, Six City already mentioned it earlier. We have epochs on Cardano. So every 5 days, everyone's staking or delegating their ADA while maintaining full custody of their own coins. It's a non-custodial stake. So your ADA remains liquid, meaning that there's no lockup. That's also extremely huge. But every 5 days, you get your payout from your pool if they were able to process a block. And you're able to claim fungible tokens through these staking mechanisms. And this is where people like Six City, they're able to batch out fungible tokens. People like Drip Drops. What you're able to do is you're able to claim fungible tokens through your staking rewards. So for example, Crime Fighter, they partnered up with Drip Drops and released a track called Drip Drops. They allowed it to be claimed for free from people that stake into the Cardano ecosystem. You claim that track, and then you get that fungible token dripped into your wallet. That track has now been dripped into over 30,000 wallets.
Shit.
Right? Which is fucking huge, because which one of your favorite projects even have 30,000 unique wallet holders? That is insane. And then you ask, how much did that cost them? Nothing. Crime Fighter did not have to pay to get into 30,000 wallets. People claimed to get dripped into them. So having a functioning proof of stake system where individuals can even choose to claim fungible tokens on top of their reward, oh my goodness. The distribution just like opens up the whole new worlds. So I think those are two massive differences between Cardano and other blockchains right now.
Man, that's huge. I need to go draw this up on a diagram and study it for like 6 weeks, I feel like. But I feel like I'm getting the drift of it, especially dropping in 30,000 wallets like that. I mean, in Web 2 and on the normal DSPs right now, try and get 30,000 listeners. Try and get the attention of 30,000 people on social media. That's a big deal. We've got a new entry into the room. We've got NF. I'm not even going to try and pronounce your name either. Go ahead and ask your question. I see you got your hand up.
What up? What up? What is my name? Oh,
NF Otis Auburn. I'm just like, yo, what is? Because I changed my name on Instagram recently, and it's some shit you can't really pronounce. But what's poppin'? I'm in this room. I saw Lucky chilling in the room. It's one of the homies. So I was like, yo, I'm trying to find a space where like people are literally just sitting in silence. So it was refreshing to pull up to this space, and people were talking about like actual stuff, like not just like spinning the record or just like, you know, making NFTs or literally just like the, you know, I don't want to say bottom feeder, but it's like, for lack of a better word, the bottom feeder level of just like what any of this is like what a lot of it's been going on for like the past year. So like hearing you guys talk about like the next level or just like things moving into the next thing is kind of fire. And also I want to like touch on, well, not even touch on, just like the way that you guys kind of like make this sound. Like it just sounds like what everyone's idea of NFTs were in like the beginning of like what they were trying to go for. And you know, NFTs being a thing that like had this like, not necessarily exclusivity, but like that decentralized aspect of like keeping it from like whatever it is everyone was scared of for security reasons. And it's like, listen, it just sounded so clear. It's just like, this is secure, so we are here. It's not like we're trying to make something and make it secure, bring everyone there. It's like, this is secure. We are going here. So it's just like, fuck, yeah.
I appreciate the comment, man. Thank you very much for stepping up and sharing that with you. We really appreciate that. Sharing that with us. We really appreciate that. Anybody else on stage want to share any other points on why Cardano from their point of view?
I do, you know, simplify what Andrew said even further about what native assets is, how I understand it. It's basically like on Cardano, it treats every NFT, every token like ADA itself, like the actual fucking coin. While on Ethereum and, well, like, I don't know about other blockchains, so I won't speak, but like an Ethereum, it's a separate thing, separate from ETH. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's two different things. It's like another thing on top of the ETH. So, and that introduces the vulnerability that Andrew's talking about.
That definitely helps. And I think I probably would have come to that understanding after a little bit of sit down and study. You just made it very simple. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Definitely.
Yo, I was gonna say we got like sound bites. Those are like beautiful sound bites for education. Like, yo, when I stepped in here, it was that. Yo, it was quick, fast. I'll just explain. Like, I linked with Jimmy from Six City. I linked with Hip Hop Crypto Club and Culture Keepers. And like all of them I linked on the spaces with Hip Hop Crypto Club, Culture Keepers, Crime Fighter was there. And it was like automatic love. You know what I mean? I loved what people were talking about, their synergy. And then Jimmy just gave me a bunch of his time and just, walked me through getting a wallet, dropped me a bunch of sick tokens, explained a bunch of shit to me. But hearing all of this is like, wow. Like, I feel like, honestly, I should just be in this space every week listening. You know what I mean? Because, like, this is crazy. Like, there's so much to learn. And I'm more of a ETH native. You know what I mean? That's where I've been dropping my NFTs since 2020. And splits have been an issue, and just community has been an issue. So, like, hearing the safety aspect of it all, the splits aspect of it all, but then adding the most important part to me, which is the community aspect. It's like, it just seems like this is like, you know what I mean? I travel to a new country or a new continent, and this continent's called Cardano, and it feels like home, basically. Teach me more.
That's absolute love, man. I appreciate that, man. So I think I'm right there with you. I think you, again, as always, man, you spoke for me, man.
Hey, guys, you just vibing? Or?
Bro, I'm always vibing. Joe, come on, my guy. No, I was going to say something else, like, as musicians to think about, and we talked about this before, but just to reiterate it, so I'm sorry if it's, like, a broken record for some of y'all, but is, like, just experiment. Like, put a release out on Six City, not just as Epoch one, do, like, a record store one, do something with sound, like, go through as an artist and try these different things, see the process, see what you resonate with. Like, don't worry about, it's not like everyone's so worried about, like, well, what if it doesn't do well? Doesn't matter. You're going to put out hundreds of releases, and so not all of them are going to do well, but like some of them might. You have no idea, but do it for the sake of like getting into the groove and seeing where you resonate with most. or if you do all of them or whatever, but like now you have these different threads out there. There's different ways that now people can interact with you, and it could be collecting your music NFT, or it could be an access token to something else you're doing, or whatever, however you want to do that. But like, just experiment and play around with it, and I think that is then going to inform you like where you want to start putting more of your energy, because there's all different distribution methods in the space, and it's just going to keep growing in different ways to do it. And since we have more of that creative control, like that's what everyone is really wanting and like loves about this whole thing. It's like then now like just take reins of it and go just try it out and see where you fit.
To go back to the question of why Cardano, I'll share a little bit of my story. I really didn't know anything about crypto a few years ago, and I started hearing about NFTs on YouTube a lot, you know, because I just smoke a lot of weed and like to watch a lot of YouTube. And I was like, oh, this looks crazy. It looks like a crazy way to make money. They just sold a LeBron James one, and this and that, right? So I started studying it, and I had heard about Bitcoin. I had heard about Ethereum. I didn't know nothing about how it functioned or its purpose, about the different blockchains, that there were different blockchains. I thought all of it was like under Bitcoin. So I started doing my homework, and I heard Cardano pop up here and there, and I started doing my research about the problems that Bitcoin and Ethereum run into and other blockchains, and I was watching videos of Charles Hoskinson, obviously, and I was like, yo, this guy's passionate. Let me see what he's passionate about, because I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but let me try to decipher it, you know, all these big-ass words, and whiteboard videos and shit. And I started realizing, yo, this guy's trying to fix problems. He's trying to fix all the problems with all the other blockchains when it comes to like gas prices and the prices of exchanging things and how it affects the environment and connecting different people around the world that might not have the type of the ecosystem and the connections and the computers and the stuff to hold their social securities and their healthcare and their dental records and all kinds of shit. And I was like, yo, he's not even just thinking about himself. He's like, he's really trying to fix problems and shit. So then, because I fell in love with that passion, it intrigued me more, and I started paying attention more, and I started understanding it more. And then I started seeing that they're like, yo, if you're into fucking crypto and NFTs, you better jump on Twitter. You got to have a Twitter and shit. And I was like, man, fuck Twitter. I got a Twitter from like 2010 or some shit, but I never use that shit. I only use it when there's an earthquake somewhere, there's some drama happening. Let me go check the tweets and shit, right? But I was like, fuck it. And then I seen they started doing spaces, and funny enough, I want to say it was spaces that really started educating me, because I was able to ask direct questions to developers. And, you know, I'm one of them dudes that I'm not afraid to ask questions and shit. Like, I don't care if I look like the dumbest dude in the room, because I can't tell you how many times I've asked a question and some shy person has hit me in the DMs like, yo, I want to ask that, but, you know, I didn't want to go up there and talk and shit, you know? So that made me, like, fucking be like, yo, I'm going to be the question asking motherfucker in all these fucking spaces, all stoned all the fucking time. I don't give a shit. And that's how I learned shit. And then I was like, yo, I can make music with NFTs too. And it's decentralized and it automatically pays me and it cuts out the fucking record label. I don't need a label no more. And man, it all started to make sense. And I'm going to keep rocking with Cardano and being part of the community until it doesn't make sense.
That's solid, man. I mess with that. Dakar, what's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm I'm kind of in and out. I'm making some shit, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to speak on Cardano, because and it's a reason I wanted to bring this up is because, you know, I remember 2 years ago, people were shitting on Cardano. When I first came to eat, you know what I'm saying? People were like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no smart contracts. They don't have no utility. This, that, and the third, right? And these are people that, you know, were, you know, they just weren't ordinary people. They were like people, like people that were invested. You know what I'm saying? Like that people spent money to get their knowledge about investing, right? So, you know, you take everything you get, you know, kind of based on the source. So I was like, damn, you know, and the guy that I'm getting this from, he actually, you know, like showing me shit and basically saved my ass. You know what I mean? So there was a relationship with that, right? But then once I got comfortable and I was like, well, I want to see, you know what I'm saying? That's how I discovered this community. So what I'm saying is that that's the reason why I came to Cardano, because I had already ran all the major blockchains and I saw something different here. You know what I mean? I saw different people. You know, I came to Stone. In my bad, Big Joe, you still my man, but you know, I was coming in the stoner space and it was just like, it won't no, you know, it won't like, you know, we trying to sell this, we trying to do that. It was just people coming together, people to smoke, and just, you know, we just vibing. And like, I'm like, this shit is so different. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, I got Jarhead sending me the listening room. Boom, boom, boom. Long story short, that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing that I want to emphasize is that technology thrives on innovation. And innovation thrives on change, because what innovation does is it changes shit. You know what I mean? I'm 50 years old. I remember when we was putting records on record players, yo. You know what I'm saying? And putting shit in tapes, you know what I mean? And when CDs came out, I was like, what the fuck? I gotta get some whole new setup now. You know what I mean? Fuck that. I'm not buying tapes. Phones. I remember when Motorola was the shit, bro. A StarTAC phone, that was the shit. You was the man. You know what I mean? Chicks would roll up on you if you had one of them shits, bro. If you had that shit like in the club, they'd run up on you. I'm telling you. So what I'm saying is that, you know, right now we the pioneers. We're not gonna always be the pioneers. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be some that's going to be stuck in that way. Just like some people stuck in 90s boom bap. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is that the ones who going to flourish, they're going to understand shit's going to change. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, hopefully, you know, Cardano will be the big boy. But if some shit happens, be willing to change. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Because I thought ETH, you know, and I still think ETH is one of the, you know what I mean? I don't fuck with ETH like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I see things a certain way. But what I'm saying is that shit can change. Everything can change, man. That's one thing we guaranteed in this life, is that shit's gonna change. You know what I mean? And if you live long enough, you'll see that. So, but I'm here because I love the communities. You know what I mean? I love how people roll. You know what I'm saying? The people. You know what I mean? The tech, beautiful shit. You know what I'm saying? But real talk, that shit don't mean nothing to me if the people ain't right. Straight up.
Now, and on that note, I'm going to pass over to Disguise. Just real quick on that note, Dakar. You don't see Big K or Kmart around anymore. You don't see Toys R Us around anymore. You know what I'm saying? Radio Shack. Man, you can never be too big to fail.
Bro, Montgomery Wars was selling buffalo chips, man. You know what I'm saying? They had big ass books. Where they at? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Driving at one time. So yeah, man.
You guys want me to get you an extra CD holder at Circuit City?
Circuit City. You know, we can keep going, man. That's what I mean. Like,
exactly.
If we willing, you know what I'm saying? You know, and like, you know, we're gonna look at some people like, you know, now the word is funny. You know what I mean? But, you know, some of that FUD is real shit if you really investigate it. See, sometimes we get information, we thinking like, oh, this person trying to kill my bag. We investing so much time and energy in this shit, right? Sometimes you got to think about it. Like, what is this person's motive? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes somebody, that they're saying, yeah, it might be sound like some bullshit, but, you know, if it has some sort of credibility that you think is worth, then you need to look into it. You know what I'm saying? Because they might be right, but if they not, okay, you know what I'm saying? But you can't just cross out everybody, because that's what people do now about crypto. You know what I mean? You say something about crypto to somebody I don't know, that shit's scam. They listen to the news and shit. So, you know, it's a fine line with all of this. It's a very fine line. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
So I just salute everybody here that just stay and just keep building. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not. Yeah, no, big facts. You know what I'm saying? There's some that lead and some that follow. And if everyone's saying one thing, I always get suspicious and question the herd. Yo, that's just me personally. We're going to keep it moving, though. We got Disguise with his hand up, and I know the host has got some more great questions for us, man. So, Disguise, let's keep it quick, and then let's keep it moving.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I said some random shit, and then Joe corrected me. He's like, "Hey, dipshit, you didn't answer the Cardano question." So real quick, so I'm on topic and not just doing. I don't know. I'm in my own world sometimes. Sorry, y'all. That's pretty a prick thing to do. But why Cardano? I mean, I'm kind of a Cardano maxi at this point. Okay, that's pretty much all I own. I transferred. I started with ETH and Bitcoin, and then we had that pump, and I was like, cash out, and then I just put it all into Cardano because I had a little bit of Cardano at the time. And but that was after the fact of joining the community and everything. It first started out as just learning about, I was learning just like a lot of fucking people did during the pandemic. I was like, I want to understand stocks better. And then I was did courses and stuff on it, did some things. And then I was like, this is cool, but I like technology more, and crypto, I need to learn more. And so that's, I just dove into it. And then once I got in the community, when Dabby actually told me about Big Joe's space, and when I found out that Daddy was in the Cardano and his store took Cardano and all this shit, and I was just mind blown. I was like, oh my gosh, I met someone else who knows what Cardano is, so yeah. Then he told me about Big Joe Space, and then the community bloomed from there. And I've just been, I just have loved everything that's been happening with the tech and the community and the people and just everyone what they're doing. And I know each sect has its own thing, so I'm not going to shit on any of the chains. I don't give a fuck. But you can only focus on so much, and I think finding everyone here as family, and we've all just bonded, and we're all building these things, especially in the music community, that I really enjoy. So, in a real brief nutshell, because I don't want to go on a fucking story, but that's kind of why for me is all of it kind of trickled down into what has just blossomed into this, and I don't have any desire to go anywhere else. And that's not to be you need to be a maxi, but yeah, that's just me.
You made me feel old as fuck. To be honest with you, I feel like an old grandpa now. It was many years ago on Big Joe Space is where I first came by. You're the third guy up here that said that.
Bro, that means you're the OG credentials, my guy. That's some good stuff. That's not making you feel old. That's giving you some power, dude.
Exactly, man. You tripping, man.
Blockchain moves so fast. We're all 65 at blockchain age, but we live for infinite, yo. Blockchain, let's go, baby.
Yo, I'm knocking on 50. This is one of the places that has me feeling young, so I appreciate that. Shit, y'all can be old.
Yeah, I'm busting the 50 through the door.
I didn't say block age. I know he's he tried to move past it, but block age is just stuck in my head right now.
That's why we're here, man. We're here just to spread a bunch of information and awareness, man. Once again, Dragons, thanks for so much for holding this space, man. I might have to dip out for a few minutes. I gotta make a quick call. If I dip back, I promise I'll be right back.
No problem, man. No problem at all.
There's a Chinese balloon over your house, huh?
He's over there by Lake Huron right now. He's over there by Lake Huron. There's cars flying in the air over there, coming from Canada right now. But real quick, the next question I had really for everybody was, and this may have been kind of answered or touched on, so we don't have to dig too deeply into this one if not necessary, but how do splits here in Cardano compare to splits on other blockchains? I mean, are they simpler? Are they a little more complicated right now? And are we waiting for the tech to mature a little bit? What are your thoughts?
Okay, can I hit this one real quick before I dip off?
Absolutely, fam.
All right, so it's very, very simple, all right? There's one limitation on Cardano, and I wouldn't even call it a limitation, but it is a restriction. When you have automatic payouts, wallet payouts added, there has to be a minimum of 1 ADA per transaction. So say if Disguise and I tried to release something and he only wanted 0.5 or whatever, at today's limitations, you wouldn't be able to do that. Disguise would at least have to receive a 1 ADA payment. But yeah, you do it on the back end before the mint. You can add, I think, an unlimited amount of wallets. I'm sure Six City could correct me on that. But yeah, you pretty much just get a receive address from somebody. You punch it in, and then you decide the amount in terms of Lovelaces. And Lovelaces are basically the breakdown of an ADA, similar how Satoshis are the breakdown of a Bitcoin. So it's 1 million Lovelaces to equal 1 ADA. So everything on the back end is programmed in Lovelaces. So you add at least like 1 million Lovelaces. That's 1 ADA for the individual. And that's kind of how you do it. You can program splits due to percentages, but then things get a little finicky on the back end, or you have to be extremely specific on the order of who gets what percentage. The wallet address is the order matters in that orientation, because if this guy's is getting 30% and I'm getting 20% and you're getting 25%, you know, if it's taken out of order at the wrong point, someone could be taking 30% off the top, and then someone's getting 20% of the remainder, but it's really not 20% of the whole. So what we've figured out, the best way to just move forward is you find out, if you're working in percentages, what that equates out to. So like just in that same thing, you know, if we're minting at like 100 ADA, this guy gets 40%, I get 20%, whatever the fuck it is. We would just program in the back end, this guy gets 40 ADA or 40 million Lovelaces instead of a flat base percent, just to ensure that he gets the correct amount on every single payment. So it's very, very simple. Those are the two different ways you can do it, the pros and the cons that we've experienced, and the reason why we decided to pay out in Lovelaces instead of percent.
Yo, that's a big one. That helps a lot. Thank you very much. Does anyone have anything to add to that one? Because I'm hoping we can get into the secondary sales royalties before Andrew has to go, just in case he has something to add to that topic.
I'll just add real quick that limitation that Andrew spoke of. We're literally trying to crack that nut right now, and that will require batching, so that batching transactions, so that artists can specify what's the threshold that needs to be reached before the payout, for you to incur a payout. So basically, I want to get paid every $1,000. Every time the song makes $1,000, then I'll get paid, right? So you set your own threshold, and then it makes sense, because you can't transact on a per stream, for example, because that per stream is cheaper than the transaction fee itself. So you end up paying more for, you know, it don't make sense. You know, you're in the negative. So you batch the transactions and word. That's it.
Appreciate that. Just guys.
Oh, sorry, bro.
No, go ahead.
Sesh, is batching, can that only be done with like Hydra, or is that something that can be done, doesn't need any of that? Or is that like once Hydra tech kind of takes care of a lot of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so that we're looking at that, considering that too. And in the very beginning, it would have to be like an off-chain thing. So it is a little centralized there while the technology catches up, where we can use Hydra, or it's called a state channel. Another technology called Redis. I'm non-technical, obviously, but I'm just repeating what I've learned from my developer team about the different solutions that are available to us once we get to that point.
Says you used to work at Radio Shack?
No. Why do you say that?
No, I'm playing with you. You sounded like you got caught. No.
Like, you know me? You see me? That's beautiful. So we have nobody else that has something on splits. I mean, that sounds really simple and plain. So I appreciate that on splits. The next question then is secondary sale royalties. How complicated are those on Cardano versus, or easy, or how simple are they on Cardano versus other blockchains? Yeah.
Super. Yeah, like remember the old commercial with the rotisserie chicken? Just set it and forget it. Like that's how the royalties are. Like you just put your percentage. I want 5%, 10%, whatever, you know.
Yeah, see, that's crazy. And is that all in the JSON file when you upload your NFT for the first time that happens? And is
it's when you I think it's when you get it verified with the marketplaces. I could be wrong, or in the smart contract actually. I think is where you said it. But either way, fucking when they're on the marketplaces, for example, right now the biggest marketplace on Cardano is JPEG Store. On JPEG Store, every NFT, right, it says right there on the bottom, this one, 5% is going to go to the creator for the sale of this. And then when the sale happens, you get your percentage in your wallet.
I also want to add real quick that, you know, this, it's kind of a misnomer to call this a royalty. Royalties are revenues generated from IP that you own, and you're licensing, you're renting it out. And so by that person or whatever entity, vendor monetizes your music, you get a piece of it, you get a cut of it, right? While this is more like a commission, right? You've already sold the NFT. And so they're calling it secondary royalties, so I might as well have to just fucking get with the fucking program. But it's not really technically a royalty, because a royalty is for IP you own, or the thing that you own, and you're licensing. You're you know. Anyway, I already said it. I'm repeating myself.
Session, I'm gonna beat you so bad next time we play poker. I swear, you better go on Saturdays or Wednesdays at 6 p.m. in the Weed Steak Pool Discord. If you want to get whooped too, you're all invited. Musically inclined people are invited to come get their ADA took from them by yours truly. Sorry, I don't usually chill, but Session got me pumped up, and he was here, and he used to work at Radio Shack and don't want no one to know, so it's all good.
Yo, we need a comic relief for this, man. Appreciate you, Big Joe. We appreciate you being in this joint, man. So this is crazy though, because I was in an NFT guild meeting a couple weeks ago. It was my first time going in there, and maybe I'm just crossing my wires and I'm not understanding this. I'll go clarify wherever my confusion is coming from. I'm going in there tomorrow morning. But what I got from them was that secondary sales royalties was still a problem in Cardano. They were trying to figure out how to make work. But what I'm getting from here, just to be clear, is that secondary sales royalties work very simply and very easily in Cardano. And that,
maybe they're because it gets so technical. I could only think that maybe they're late on information, or maybe they were talking about the splits in the royalties, which is a whole nother thing altogether. But I believe there's all kinds of fixes for that. You could have it go to like another fucking another wallet, and then get split from there or whatever. I think this guy has his hand up because he has the answers, Sway.
Yeah, we actually did that with one of the listening room albums we released. Is there's a separate wallet that's just for the royalties from secondary sales, and just to split it up that way we know how to keep that from the main sales and stuff like that. So you can just do that, and then you have a royalties wallet, or I know Session don't like that word, but you get what I'm saying.
I also like to say, add to it, Dragon, I think what you're referring to is that that royalty, that secondary royalty or commission, is enforced on the marketplace level, right? Not on the actual, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but you can't really enforce that on the protocol level, like, you know, native acid, you know, how native acid, like I said, it's treated the same as ADA. Well, you can't embed the information there. It must be enforced on the marketplace level.
I think you guys hit it. Y'all just cleared it all up for me right there. It was saying that you had to do the split at the wallet level is exactly what I was looking at and what I came out of there talking about. One of the suggestions I gave was that maybe somebody could create some sort of white label solution that would take place of the wallet that people could replicate and use in place of a wallet to provide the secondary split functionality. But this is perfect, man. You guys have answered my question, and I'm ready to hang up on everybody now. I'm done talking to y'all. I'm just kidding. This has been beautiful, man. I really appreciate y'all, and I really feel like a forum like this could be really valuable for onboarding people into the space and helping people get the understanding that I was looking to gain through this conversation. This conversation cleared up everything for me, man. And I'm sure I have a bunch more questions, so I'd love to invite you guys to more spaces like this. I will be speaking to everybody in the comments on here. I want to know if there's anything anybody else wants to cover while we're in here, though. I literally have all my questions answered. I'm happy as can be.
I want to chill for my friend in the listening section. So if you're a project and you need tokenomics work done, my homegirl Armita down there. She used to work at she worked at IOG and did tokenomics design there. In fact, she was part of the team that helped us design our tokenomics. So if you need some tokenomics work done for your startup, hit up Armita.
Armita, show me tokenomics.
That's actually kind of big. I might need to holler at her soon because I'm getting ready to go start asking about that and looking into tokens myself for Grayskull. So appreciate that plug. Anybody else want to plug? This space is open for anybody to plug as well. I mean, we're in here. I want this to be about the humans and everybody have the opportunities. I know it's usually a no shilling community at this stage, but if you got something that's not ridiculous and you want to be and you're respectful and you're not just in here to be some greedy sloth, then please tell us what you got, what you're doing.
Hell yeah. Thank you. I just want to give a shout out to all my fans, especially my biggest fan, Session Cruz. Shout out to you. I'll mail you that autograph when I get a chance, bro. Just, stop DMing me.
Just NFT it, baby. Just NFT it.
Nah, but, much love to everybody. I fucks with the community and shit because you guys show me love, so I just reciprocate the energy. And hell yeah, if you have a second space on this, I'll definitely be here. This was fun, and I learned a lot myself just listening. I spent most of the time listening, and it was a great space. You asked great questions, and I hope on the second one you have harder, even crazier, more in-depth questions, because that's how we'll get more people here explaining it. Maybe we could get some devs in here for you that really know how to fucking break it down, and they'll fucking type it up for you or whatever. But yeah, thank you for inviting me, and you guys have a good day.
Same, fam. I appreciate you. Yeah, definitely there'll be more questions. I'm going to go into that NFT guild tomorrow with a bunch of those questions and see if I can pull some of them out. I wanted today to just be the music folks first, but I'm going to go in there and talk to them, see if I can get some devs in, just like you said. And I do want to try and do these more often. Mizzo and I are going to get together and start pulling together some questions and think of some topics to cover beyond just royalties and splits, and bring the brain trust together, man. I think we really love this Web3 Music Minds concept, and we want to build on it. Miguel, I know you asked to be speaker again, bro. Do you have something you want to share with us?
No. I just wanted to say it was truly a wonderful Royal Ramble hearing session, sharing knowledge and everything. Pretty much, yep. That's it.
Man, you might as well take credit for the name too. That name came from Miguel. Shout out to Miguel for the name Royal Ramble. That was dope. That was dope. That was heat. All right. Well, I want to say thank you to everybody for coming in today. I'm not going to shill anything today. I just want to say thank you for everybody for providing the information and understanding. I needed that. And there will be many more questions to come. I will be hitting all of you guys up with thank yous and all that over the next week or so. And hopefully I'll be telling you guys about another space the same time next week. Thank you all.
Thank you, man. Thank you for this bring us all together. So it's been great. So I'm definitely looking forward to more.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Andrew, I see you back. You got anything you want to share? Oh, Sash, go ahead, bro.
I appreciate the space you guys gave me to speak, and I apologize for rambling. You know how I do. When I get excited, I just go.
Yo, I was glad to get to know that much about you, man. I got a shitload of notes about you now, bro. So that's perfect. I'm glad you said everything you did.
Can you hire me for the Video Girls agency, please? I would like to be a part. I've been a video girl for a long time, and so especially the finest hip hop videos of all the land. So I'd like to sign up. Thank you.
Yeah, and tell me what video that is, so I know not to watch. Let me know when that video airs, so I know not to watch, man. I appreciate that. Andrew, you have something you want to share with us before we shut down, bro?
No, man, that was funny about telling me what video not to watch. No, man, I appreciate the space. You know what I'm saying? This is cool. We've kind of all been talking a little bit more frequently, and we're like, yo, we need to do more of these spaces, not only to just kind of like update each other what we've all been working on and like building towards, but also like spreading that awareness and keep like getting that word out there. So, man, thanks for just like taking that initiative, setting up that chat, getting that thread going, scheduling the space, and just like doing it, man. And if anybody else down there listening like wants to like do kind of something similar, to start up a space and just talk music and Cardano, NFTs and all that stuff, yo, schedule it, tag a few of us, and I'm sure we'd love to show up and talk, man, because a lot of us here are super passionate about music NFTs, and it was to answer Dakar's question, man, at the very, very beginning of the space, bro. Dakar, there's a thing called, and I know this is gonna sound fucking silly, but it's called being too early, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you're talking about people, just not enough people buying and collecting music NFTs. Yo, man, we're just at the very beginning. These are the growing pains that we're working through right now. And you're 1,000% correct, bro. There needs to be more collectors. There needs to be more people educated. There needs to be just like onboarding across the board for everybody, just so we can just like share with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like if I bring 10 of my fans, Disguise brings 10 of his fans, Hood Billions brings 10 of his fans, all of a sudden we got 30 new fans looking at Dakar's music, looking at Dakar's beats. And they say he's been posting them consecutively, bro. Dakar, good looks on just posting your content, bro, because you've already got people duetting your beats. You got Buckshot collabing on your beats, bro. You're making it for yourself. And that's just what we all need to do right now for each other, man. Because if we can all just grow the word, grow the brand, get it all out there and let people know what's actually happening, it's just a short communication, a miscommunication, you know what I'm saying? And we're so fucking early, man. And like you were talking about earlier, that catalog, that's what it's about. Keep building that catalog, keep collecting, keep collaborating, man. Just keep being here, showing up, and just introducing and meeting people, because you're right, man. Last year was a great year to figure out about this shit. This year, a great year to double down and execute. Next year, one of those next building years, man, I'm telling you, where it's like these next 2-3 years, if everyone just puts in that work, don't give up every single day, just wake up and just start getting to it, man. Don't discourage yourself, don't beat yourself up, but just keep taking a step forward, because every step forward you take gets you that one step closer, man. People are always so focused on these leaps. You have to take giant leaps for this shit to matter. No, man, it's little steps, baby steps, these connections, these one-on-ones, man, that being on the street, that's what it's about right now. So Dakar, we're just a little too early, brother, a little too early, but it's gonna happen soon, bro. There's gonna be a big wave. People are gonna understand how we're rocking over here. They're gonna want to rock with us, and it's gonna be the perfect way, bro. So for all these musicians in here, all of these creators, we're early, man. We've already talked about, we're the ones literally designing how the future is going to look. So, man, please just be a part of it, man. Like Cruz was talking about, we're in that weird transition phase right now where people don't necessarily got shit figured out. So maybe it's you. Maybe you're the one that's got the shit figured out. So let's go, baby. Let's put it out there and get it rocking, because you never know. And like Dakar said, bro, if there's a million people saying, oh, we're not going to do it, we're not going to do it, that's a million people that are missing the fuck out. Be the one person, educate yourself, empower yourself, and just be present, yo. Thank you all for being here. This has been some Cardano music. We've talked tech, we've talked artistry. Just keep tapping in, everybody.
I love that passion. Absolutely, man. I love that 1,000%. I see we got 2 more people that want to request and have something to say real quick. It's all about the community. I want to hear people get to know a few people. So let's give these last 2 people a little something to say here. Unless you got something you want to say in response before we go, bro.
Oh no, man. I'm trying to make a little track here, so I appreciate it. Yeah.
I know that feeling, man. It's time.
I just appreciate everybody, man, and I just encourage everybody. You know, my man was already saying it. You know, just keep going and understand where we're at. You know what I mean? And also just try and look ahead and just think about, you know, how much you've already seen in your lifetime has changed. You know what I mean? And opportunities that have been missed. You know what I mean? And just keep that in mind, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't no joke, you know what I mean? I'm told you, I'm sitting over here broke as a champion, you know what I'm saying? I'm a champion broke ass.
Oh, fam, trust me, we might have a competition to see who's broker right now.
Yeah, but hey, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm playing. We ain't even gonna play like that, man. We both gonna make it, man. We're gonna be good.
You know what I mean? But like, you know, what we trying to build is something that, you know, it's more than just, pockets, because that's a distraction. You know what I'm saying? You know, getting money is a distraction. You know what I mean? People that have money, they don't like try to get money. You know what I'm saying? That's not how they think. You know what I'm saying? And we have to get to that point to where we understand, like, you know, we have to, you know what I mean? There's certain things that have to transpire, certain things that you have to do, certain sacrifices and things of that nature.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is that time too. We got two last speakers. We got looks like Dunamis. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. How do you pronounce your name, Fair?
Yeah, I go by Dunamis, or Dunamis is fine. If I can just say real quick, and you guys are bringing great energy, and I love the conversation. And we're not minting anything. I'm not shilling anything, but the Liberty Project is the project that I'm associated with, and one of the things that we want to try and solve, and we're going to have a community paper here coming out this next week, is a lot of what you guys have been talking about, in the sense that we want to have this space, we call it memento mori, but the idea being we want to be able to put together places for project leaders to collaborate and work together to solve a lot of these problems. One of the things that's going to be in the community paper that we're going to talk about is Liberty Press, which we want to have a decentralized newsletter. And we want to build some tools to help onboard people onto Cardano in general. So if we can, I myself, I'm a web developer. I work both back end and front end, React, TypeScript, PHP, and I got started in WordPress. And so one of the things I noticed is we already have Cardano Press, which is a plugin out there that I think the guy from Learn Cardano is behind. And I just thought, you know, myself, I could build a white label CMS, you know, website toolkit for the Cardano projects out there. So if you wanted to build, you know, spin up a website, be able to, you know, connect to wallets, be able to authenticate and add rules to your website with that. But there's a lot of other stuff that you know, we all need to learn about in the music space in terms of producing music, but in content creation with AI and web development. And I just thought, you know, everyone else is out there. There's so many other projects out there that have these, you know, profile picture type of communities and stuff. And I just thought, rather than trying to put some new other thing out there, it might serve the community best to build tools that let community projects build and grow. And I just think that when we're talking about a lot of this stuff, you know, I work primarily in Discord, but I'd love to set up some voice channels or any sort of forum channels and spaces where people can go in and sort of collaborate. And so we can solve some of these problems one time, whether it's licensing or legal issues, or what should we actually put in an NFT and all of that. I would just love to be a part of that and be part of the solution. So
that's dope. Are you plugged in with the NFT Guild?
Not yet.
There's a meeting taking place with them tomorrow. I'll send you a link there. That's sounds like they're driving. They're plugged in with Project Catalyst directly. I believe they're funded, or they've been funded by Project Catalyst at some point in time, or some of the people there have been. And I believe they're making headway, or they've been making headway on some of the development side for Cardano in general. Don't quote me. I'm still learning and still finding my way around, but it sounds like a lot of them have been around for quite some time, and they've got the capability to help make some of these changes or help push some of these things through up the chain.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem, man. Great meeting you, though. Thank you for speaking up, man. I really appreciate that. We've got Eunice Snow as well. Eunice, I saw you wanted to jump on stage. Got anything you want to share with us? Anything you want to speak about?
Yeah, just came in here to say hi to everyone. I'm always looking to meet new people up in this space. Like you guys were saying, it's about keeping the energy going within this community. It's quite small, you know. I started releasing music in the Web3 in November. I did a 3-song EP, and I just dropped a song recently, and it is quite daunting after the Genesis project. How else you could build fans? And so, I mean, the answer is just to show up for the Web3. Like, I feel like there's so many talents out there, but the ones that actually succeed is the ones who are here every day for the Web3, you know. I got into crypto in 2019 and like haven't even looked back. And my music's like strictly on Web3 right now. I haven't even released it onto Spotify and that. Like that's been on the sidelines, just me focusing on Web3. And releasing it through this channel has been just immersing myself through it, you know? So if you guys have a minute, go check it out. There's still 3 left. And I've been getting super good responses, but like the sale itself, you know, it rides on the market as well. And so like that's been a reality check for a lot of artists. Like, yeah, we're in a bear market and art tends to be like, you know, not a necessity. So it's been riding on the backs of who actually shows up for everyone. And I'd like to play a song for you guys, if that's cool.
Hey, we have heard no music in here today. I have no problems with music being played. Before we get to the music though, I want to get one last quote in here. We can let that song play on our way out. We've got Music Machines. Music Machines, you got something you want to share real quick?
Yo, Dragon, is he there?
Yep, I'm here. I can hear you, bro.
Uh-oh. Andrew, can you not hear Dragons?
If you guys want, can I speak, Music Machines?
Yes, please.
All right, guys. My name's Mario, coming to you from warm sea, Portugal. Sometimes warm, sometimes sunny, always fucking Portugal. I'd just like to say that I've been a musician I was a musician for more than 20 years. And then things got rather complicated through the labels and all that type of stuff, made things really not good, and management and that type of stuff. I've been in Cardano since November of 2017, so I got in like really, really early. And I'm so pleased to see that things are actually starting to come to fruition. Seeing music develop on Cardano and having platforms and infrastructure is really good. I've been working with Jimmy from Six City. And hopefully many good things are to come because of this. It's good that we have control and the middlemen can't fuck us over as they usually do. So thanks to anyone who's building on Cardano, especially for the music ecosystems. So this is really good. That's all I've got to say. Thanks.
Hey, absolutely, man. Thanks for chiming in. Great to see you in the space.
No, thanks for being here. I might be rugged. Am I the only one that can't hear Dragons?
Oh, no, you can't hear me? Will somebody relay to him to let him go? Let him speak for me.
Go ahead. Dragon says, go ahead, Andrew. I'm the mediator here. Shit, Andrew can't hear me either? Andrew can't hear anyone? Oh, yeah. He's rugged. He just Discord messaged me. We gotta keep
So is Andrew sounds like Aziz Ansari. Am I crazy or not?
He's definitely Aziz Ansari. You win a prize. I'll definitely DM me your wallet address. I'll send you an NFT. Yes, dude.
I sent Andrew a co-host invite. Maybe they're upgrading the co-host to give him something. Andrew, how about now? Can you hear us? No dice. Maybe jump down and come back up if you can hear me.
Bark if you can hear us.
No, I'm rugged. I heard the Aziz Ansari line. I'm laughing over here. I gotta reconnect. I can't hear anybody else except Music Machines.
All right, Music Machines, you mind telling them go ahead and disconnect, reconnect. And in the meantime, before we shut down, we'll let Eunice Snow say what she's got to say, and then when Andrew comes back, we'll let him say what he's got to say. Eunice, please play your music.
Oh, awesome. Thanks for letting me play it. This one's called Snow. When the snow falls slowly, when your fingers fall upon my face, and when my smile moves slow, 'Cause when your love comes calling, I will go. In your bed, I sleep alone. In your bed, dream alone. In your bed, I cry alone. In your bed, I dream alone. On my face, when my smile slow, when your love comes calling, I go. In your bed, I sleep alone. Thanks for listening. There's 2 copies left. Make my day if they can be just out of my face by today.
Well, I wish you the best with
I
that.
did an open edition on sound, and I thought it would close by the clock ends, but it's not. It's like it has to hit 25. So I'm at 23 right now. I'm just like that. Like I should be grateful, you know. I'm just like that perfectionist artist eyes just staring at it, like please just go away.
Now you got to work your music. You got to do your thing. You're doing right. You're doing well. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful song too. I like it. It's dope. Well produced, and you sound good on there. It's really tight.
Thank you so much. And my collector's gonna be able to join my private Telegram group called Beast of Music 3. I got a lot of resources up in there, and also one collector will get a photo NFT that's worth 0.1 ETH as well. So that's just what I've been doing, you know. Like I know it's chilling, but also like as a musician, like this is what we do. We have to get the songs out there. So really appreciate you guys for listening, and I see you guys hearting the song, so really appreciate that. And thanks for all the follows as well.
Absolutely.
And I'm here for the community. Hit me up.
Absolutely. Thank you for swinging by. We appreciate your presence. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, Andrew, how you doing? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm good. We're all back. Twitter's behaving.
All right, let's go. So did you have anything you want to share before we close up?
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, sorry about that. Go ahead, bro.
No, that's kind of all I wanted to say, man. I dropped a lot of, I guess, gems today. I talked a lot, man. Happy just to have this discussion once again. So, like, thanks for just hosting this space, allowing us to even just introduce each other and meet new people. And, man, I think we had a really productive space.
We did, man, and it's because of all of you guys, man. Every one of you made the space what it is, man. I thank you all for coming through and pouring your love and energy into what we did today. Thank you all so much. I'm looking forward to the next one. I will probably schedule one for next week at the same time. I'm going to come up with a topic first. If you guys want to propose some topics, feel free to DM me. That way I can do some research throughout the week and be prepared with even better questions. And let's just rock, man. Let's keep going, everybody. Appreciate all y'all. Have a happy Monday. Have a good week if I don't speak to y'all before then. Appreciate you. I'm Shy, Dragon's Pitchfork. Make sure you check me out, dragonspitchfork.com. Check out my crew, GRYSKLL, We're providing the bridge between distress and support for people who are battling mental health challenges. HFR Connect is another account that I've got out here with my fiance. We are rehumanizing creators by making them feel seen as people. And what I'm about to start doing is highlighting Web3 artists with a new show I'm going to do called Web3 Backstories. On there, my goal is to put the humanity before the tech. So I'm going to want to get to know you guys, the people, as well as the projects and communities that you're building. So feel free to reach out to me if you're interested in any of those things. I'm also, as well as this being broadcast on Twitter as a Twitter space, I'm also multicasting this to YouTube, to Facebook, what else? I forget where else I'm sending it. It's on video though. Look on my profile. You guys can see there's a video stream for this as well. I want to make sure that we get this Web3 word out past Twitter. We can't stay confined to Twitter. So appreciate all y'all. Talk to y'all over the next week or so. Peace. Guess I gotta stop the stream, huh? Sorry about that. I was wrapping up all the closing DMs and posts and all that to make sure I said all my thank yous. But thank you for anybody that stuck around and paid attention. This is beautiful. We really appreciate it. Have a good one.